What's up, guys? Today we're going to dive into week 2 of the H1Z1 Pro League. We'll catch up with Benny Boy from STDX, breakdance with Shurima Wizard, and then we're going to send a couple pros down the Voodoo zip line. Get ready, it's time for the drop. I'm your host, Supersonic, coming to you once again from outside Caesar's Palace here on the Vegas Strip, and I'll be leading you through everything that happened this week in the H1Z1 Pro League. H1Z1 is a battle royale game where 75 players are dropped onto a map with the goal of outlasting and outsmarting the competition until only one team remains. This means insane action, and the game is never going to be the same twice. This is the first ever Pro League in the battle royale genre, and we are definitely taking this town by storm. After the first week of play, Team Epsilon got out to a big lead and became the team to watch for week 2. Watching the matches unfold, it's clear that this is anyone's league to win. I was there in person calling all the action and can tell you that if you're experiencing this for the first time, you're in for a real treat. Also, if this is your first time, what have you guys been doing? Get it together. All right, I don't want to sound preachy and scold you guys too much. This is how week 2 went down. Let's check it out.
We welcome you to Twin Galaxies Esports Center at Caesars Entertainment Studios in the heart of the Las Vegas Strip.
We got 75 players here representing 15 teams and a brand new scoring system. There's a lot of shenanigans that can really happen around it. Obviously, we might see some of those melee kills. We see everything kind of speed up just a little bit as well, but...
And here they come, 15 of the greatest H1Z1 teams of all time. Get to see a little bit of personality out of the guys as they come out of the tunnel. Get to have a little bit of fun with it, you know? But it looks like we're gonna be ready if you wanna go ahead and take us in.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's going to be our first game of the day here, week number 2. One of them, and now LG trying to take out another squad. They're managing to take Vago, and just like that, it gets turned around, and we are going to see Stormin from Rogue get taken out as well. And just like that, that is Rogue taken out. Only 12 teams left in this one. 42 players, 41. We can't even keep up. It is getting incredibly dicey for our players in this ring.
And they're going to drive by. CLG's going to hop out. Dog going to get taken out. Nightwalker finds himself a kill on the Gabe before Spirits comes in and returns the favor. Crank then going to take out Spirits. Everybody there just got domino effect.
Now it's going to be Benny Boy looking for some blood. We're going to see Rogue fall down. It's going to be Megs. Then it's going to be Clem. Benny Boy hanging on by just a hair. Will he be able to get any more damage done? He is going to be backed up. Oh, just like that, he is going to be taken out, and his teammate will be as well. Top 9. All of these teams getting at least 1.25 in the multipliers with their current count. Top 3 teams, 8 players. You can see Gangstars relatively grouped up. Adrian's going to be able to take down Crank.
The car, he ran him over in the smoke.
And now he's going to be the number 2 team, pushing himself just a little bit further. He's looking for one more. He's going to put himself in the beast, and he gets the kill on the way out. 4 players, though, from Gangstars going to be left standing. Beautiful play from them, but my goodness, Adrian, you filthy monster, robbing points away from the other teams in the final moments of round number 1 of week 2 here at the H1Z1 Pro League. We have seen a fantastic first part of our show, and now you're going to be looking at that leaderboard.
I think we are ready for game number 2.
We are starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On to our playing field, the last round of the night, and they're back in that fight right now, and we can see just everybody falling. It's
what is happening
against Echo Fox, and Echo Fox has 2 players left up. Epsilon gets deleted from the map.
And here comes the shot. JP gonna eat a bit of a nade there. Nad in the car on fire, needs to ditch it, needs to get away, gets a smoke nade down. Out comes Nastical though. Shotgun battle unfolds, and Nadrod gonna lose that one. Kyreg also gonna find a kill onto Chance. Spirits, last one left alive for Noble. Still at 78 though, he's still pretty healthy. Gonna get the shot, he takes down Mig. Can he pull this off and take down Blood Inferno? In comes the shotgun battle, and he gets it! Rogue from Luminosity takes down game number 2.
Last time they weren't able to pick up a single kill, and just like that, brilliant footwork, beautiful shots, going to put them in first place in our second game of week number 2.
I've seen a lot of H1Z1, and that was one of the sickest endings I've ever seen. These games build pressure over the course of time, and those ending situations are absolutely explosive, and being able to keep cool under pressure shows that he is an absolute legend player. We caught up with him to find out exactly what was going on in his head in those crucial moments.
Winning week 2, match 2, compared to last week it's an insane difference. Week 1, where we have match 1 and 2, absolute 0 kills, goose eggs both ways, both games, every player. I knew I had to make a play on the team of 2 while they were fighting the other guy, because they wouldn't have looked at me, but I kind of got hesitant midway through, but my car ran out of gas as I was coming down the hill, so I had to commit at that point. I killed the first guy. It was a little bit sloppy, but then I had the shotgun fight, and me in a shotgun fight, it's a lot of trouble for the other guy usually, so incredible feeling. It literally just skyrockets. It's insane. Compared to the old point system, the new point system I actually like a lot more. Any Slayer is going to like this a lot more because they're allowed to freely go out and get kills. To have a strong showing in the second week compared to first, it's really good. We had a lot of people that thought we were pretty crap, obviously. But it just goes to prove that we knew what we were doing, we just weren't able to do it at that first week. After a match like tonight, I'm getting A5 beef, 100%. That is Kobe beef from Japan. That's what I'm getting.
I got his feet. I got his feet.
I'm just talking to...
Oh my God, you guys better help me. Please help me.
That's a big piece of steak.
Let's just take a moment and unwind for a second with Guru and those massive vape clouds. Guru? Sick clouds, Guru. Every player is living here in Vegas for the rest of the season, and that's a big change to their lifestyle. If you saw week 2 of the Pro League last Wednesday, you saw a brief glimpse into the life of Set to Destroy X's Benny Boy. Kids, if you want to get into esports, you may want your parents to watch this, because their support can mean the world.
It's a little weird because, I'm 18. To tell people that, it's like, yeah, I'm on a team, hang out with, 20, 30-year-olds, I'm 18, just out of high school. It's a little weird. And my life is quite different from what it used to be, living at home myself, and what most high schoolers' lives would be. We got the closet, all my gear and stuff. Jersey, looking pretty fly. A little crazy, because first time living on my own, without my parents there to support me, make me food, whatever it is. Got my nice little microwave here, make some nice ramen. And goodies from my parents, they're hooking me up. Got some snacks. I was planning on going to college if I didn't do this, so it's better than a dorm, that's for sure. Going out, it's different than obviously going out when a normal high schooler would go out. I've personally never been in a casino. This is my first time being in a casino. And so it was kind of surprising. When I first came in, it was like, wow, this is a lot to take in almost. It's just a whole new experience. Sick view, just chill, watch people hang out at the pool, I guess, yeah. I was born in Florida. Junior year is when I joined Set to Destroy X. Going to H1, the first time I tried it, played it, got destroyed, just quit. I was like, nope, not for me. And then later on, I was like, well, I'll try it again. And I didn't do horrible, and so I was like, it's kind of interesting, kind of fun, so I'm gonna continue playing it. And at that point, it was just kind of like, well, this is kind of my game now, and so I just kept playing it and playing it and playing it, trying to get better, because I didn't want to get destroyed again. And then senior year, there was kind of an unexpected turn, because I actually found out that I had a tumor in my left ear. And so it was on the nerve connecting from my brain to my ear. Because I started losing hearing, and I just thought, maybe I just wasn't hearing him or something. I didn't really think anything of it until we had an MRI, and there it was. So that was a little rough, because it was a big decision between surgery or radiation. And then radiation, obviously, it's pretty serious, and there could be some side effects. And so I ultimately decided to go with surgery. And so now, yeah, I'm completely deaf on this side. And so it was rough. The surgery itself was about a month before coming out here. I was kind of nervous about, well, would I be able to play at a competitive level being half deaf? I've kind of just accepted it, I mean, it's kind of rough with alarm clocks, waking up. And so I have a special alarm clock. It's called the Sonic Bomb. Boom. So this thing You just put it like in your mattress, and then it'll like shake like the whole bed. So if you're sleeping on the side and you still don't hear this, which is pretty crazy, then you'll wake up from that. It's pretty loud. So yeah. My parents, they came out for the first match on Saturday, like the whole big launch. Having my parents there was really, really nice, you know, because it almost gave me that comfort of, you know, seeing them there, and just their presence was really, really nice.
Anything that you would like to say to your mom while you're here?
I love you so much. Thank you so much for being such a supportive parent. You know, you have no idea how much you mean to me.
Ben has had a lot of challenges in his life, and I just want Ben to be happy. And then this opportunity was here, and we said, we want you to do what's best for you.
He's one in a million. He's one of a kind.
Thanks.
The way we support Benny Boy is just to give him all the support he needs. We knew this was going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for him.
We are exceptionally proud of Benny.
Couldn't be more proud of him.
Yeah.
Most kids, they want to make their parents proud. You know, they want to do something that their parents can look at and be like, wow, that's something, that's an accomplishment. And so I think that this was that for me. It was kind of like, hey, me playing video games all day turned into something. I turned it into like a living, something I can do and provide for myself. It was really awesome for them to be there to see that and to kind of understand that esports can be a thing, you know, it can be something you can do for, I guess, the rest of your life.
Man, gotta love a happy esports family. One of the really cool things about the H1Z1 Pro League is that it brings together a lot of people with diverse and unique backgrounds. Perfect example, Shurima Wizard. He's a Slayer for Noble and is one of the best players in the entire league. Shurima also has a pretty awesome secret talent. Not only is he one of the best H1Z1 players, he's also a break dancer. If there's one place in the entire world you can make it as a break dancer, it's right here. So we decided to test how good he really was by having him teach some skills to his teammates and find out if they can make any money out on the Vegas Strip. And just a note to any talent scouts out there, dude's already under contract. Don't even think about talking to him. Shurima, take it away.
Hello everyone, my name is Shurima Wizard, and today I will teach my team how to breakdance. Let's go.
Second and third.
The music.
The first move that I teach you guys is pretty basic, so.
Oh,
and
no.
like that. Here you go.
Then the other side.
Then other side.
Get it, Jordan.
Yeah, no, see? You got it. You got it.
So then a kick.
Back.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh!
Call me anytime you want.
Okay, boy. You ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Let's go out the street and show what we got.
First, second, and third.
Hello, today we go out the street and breakdance for people and see how much money we make.
Don't be afraid to work it.
Woo!
Let's see if I can do it.
Come on, come on.
You're next.
Go. Go. Do your move, do your move. Yeah. Come on.
There we go.
Yeah. Woo!
You got the grip.
Hey! Oh, yeah.
Guys, we're up here. We made zero money. I'm going to pay for food tonight.
I'm trying.
Handstand. I can't do a handstand. Oh. What can you do? You want me to try and do a handstand?
Yes! $5! Polish! Fight us! We're gonna eat tonight, yes!
After the first 2 weeks, Team Epsilon has been one of the hottest teams in the league. My man Apex Shea, one of their slayers, has been crushing it. He's definitely someone you're gonna want to remember. He's joining us here on The Drop. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? We got Apex Shea here with us. Shea, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great today. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I know you just made quite the trip across the pond here, right?
Yeah, it was a long journey, 16-hour flight in total. We went from Brussels to Frankfurt, then Frankfurt to Vegas. It was grueling, to say the least.
Did you guys get here like right on the first day, or did you guys have at least a break day before going into all the orientations and everything?
No. Like, as soon as we got here, we went straight into preparation for the league. We were there doing media days, interviews, everything to get set up for the first week. It was very busy, and just now we've managed to get like a little break time.
You guys go through all that, make it into week one.
Yeah.
Week one went pretty well for you.
Yeah, it did. In the practice matches, we always finish first overall with the new scoring system. Personally, I think the new scoring system is to our advantage because we are a team that likes to slay a lot. We had one really good game with 28 points, and then the second game we had a really bad game, but we came top overall, so I'm satisfied with the performance that we pulled off.
Definitely, I think it's a little bit harder for the EU guys for that first week, adjusting to the time and everything. So
Yeah.
You've been here for a couple weeks. What's the most unexpected change from the move being here in Vegas?
You know, it might seem weird, but it's actually the climate, because I'm so used to the English climate, like the British weather, and I've never experienced something so drastic. It's like so dry. I did not expect this.
Vegas is definitely going to be one of the drier spots you could come.
Yeah, 100%. It's ridiculous. Like when we had the after party by the pool, and we had the VIP cabana because we won the first week. I thought, you know what? I might as well have a little dip in the pool. Found out they put ice in the pool. I was like, is this normal? This can't be normal, right? And then someone told me that they actually put ice in because in like a couple months it gets so hot that you actually have to get into the pool because it's that hot.
Yeah,
So,
no, we've still got about another 30 degrees to go up here, so buckle up. All right, so you kind of had that whole long process getting to game number one. What was the actual prep on the team side? What was that process like, trying to get situated here and getting into the rhythm?
It was rough. It was very rough because we came here expecting to have a lot of practice, and then it was quite the opposite, really. We were in the deep end. We didn't have any computers, so we could just get on, practice, make our mechanics really fine-tuned. We didn't play any scrims until we actually played the practice scrims at the arena, and we were quite worried about what our performance was going to be like. We've adjusted quite well. Practice beforehand was is very poor, and to get such a strong week one, I think we've proved that we're one of the strongest teams.
You guys come through, crush out the match, take the win. What's it feel like afterwards? What does that do for your guys' confidence level?
Oh wow, my confidence was sky high going into the game. After it was even higher.
Just
because
another level, found a new level of confidence.
Yeah, but it's important to not get too overconfident. You have to think that every team that you play against is just as good as yourself.
Been in Vegas now. What's the most fun you've gotten to have so far here in Vegas?
Definitely the Voodoo zip line. I'm terrified of heights. That's
so the perfect outing for you. Stick you on a zip line.
Definitely, yeah. I was terrified, and my heart rate was 203. I thought I was going to have a heart attack at one stage. I came off shaking. It was definitely an adrenaline rush.
Well, I think we actually got a clip of just how terrified you were. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Hey, you know who's going next? Apex Shea, you're going by yourself. Come on down.
I'm really bad at fights.
You got this. You're a badass. You're going alone. You're the only guy who volunteered to go alone.
He's gonna do great.
You're the man.
It's already red.
Ooh. Oh my God. Woo! Let's go, baby! This is wild. Why am I doing this?
Would you do it again?
All right. You look absolutely terrified, man. You were shaking.
Yeah, I'm so glad it's over. So glad.
All right, well, welcome back down to the ground. For everybody at home, we're going to have a little bit more zipline action coming up later in the show, so stick around. You're definitely going to want to check that out. But let's get back to the games. Week 1 went really well. Battle Royale, though, bit of a roller coaster ride of its own. Week 2, not quite the same performance.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell me about Week 2.
Week 2 is pretty rough. We were going into it the same game plan, the same style of play that we're capable of, but we didn't execute it at all. The first game we had 2 people die early. They flipped in their car because they were rotating pretty poorly. And with our spawn as well, we were spawned so far away from the safe zone, is that we can't take a power position because we're so far away. So we're gonna go into changing some stuff up into week 3. Hopefully we can correct those errors and then still maintain the lead.
What can we expect from you guys in Week 3?
Without giving away too much information, we're definitely going to change several aspects of our gameplay early and mid game. Because early game, if we spawn too far away from the safe zone, that means that we're going to be late to a power position, and that's where we're strongest in the power position. Another thing is rotations. With our rotations, our cars get weak. With our cars being weak, we cannot make the plays that we have in mind because we're too afraid that we'll die mid-rotation.
I definitely expect you guys to keep performing. Just wanted to say thank you for coming out and talking all those points with us. Really appreciate it. Everybody at home, make sure you guys check out Apex Shea and the Epsilon Boys in the weeks to come. Vegas has a lot to offer. Best hotels, best clubs, best restaurants, and the best experiences. One of the truly insane things I've seen out here is the Voodoo Zipline at the Rio Hotel and Casino. This thing is situated over 50 stories high above the Rio's Masquerade Tower. From there, it zips victims, or I guess riders, depending on how you look at it, over 800 feet to the Ipanema Tower and then back again. Naturally, there's a bunch of guys in the league who wanted a piece of this thing, and some others who may have been peer pressured into doing it. Then there's CLG's DAW FPS. If you don't know, DAW can be a bit of a reserved and stoic type. He doesn't really ever show a ton of emotion, so we figured we'd push him to the limit on the Voodoo Zipline.
Would you show any emotion on the zipline?
No, I would not. I'd just close my eyes and hope it's over. If you put me on the zipline, I would be totally cool.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Voodoo Zipline. We're on the roof of the Rio. We're about 500 feet in the air. We're going to go 33 miles per hour, and then it's going to pull you reverse backwards back to the other rooftop.
DAW FPS is one of the most confident people that I've ever met in my life. So with the zipline, hundreds of feet up in the air, you might see. That's about it.
So we're going rooftop to rooftop between the 2 towers of the Rio, and it's absolutely the best experience, the best view in the entire city of Las Vegas. It's not for the faint of heart. Hopefully you're not too scared of heights. But I mean, if you are too afraid, well, we're gonna strap you in anyway and you gotta go, so let's go.
How you doing, Doc?
We know Daw on another level. He definitely would smile. I don't know. I haven't been on it, but I'm sure you get some emotion out of him for sure.
Yeah, there's no way. You gotta be out of your goddamn mind. Seriously. What are we doing?
It's the thing that tracks your data from your heart rate. Oh. This way we're going to find out if you're actually a human being. One of them's an ejection button, and if you push it, it shoots you off.
It does feel small. Yeah, we'll have you right here.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Dude, I wish I had something to hold on to, man.
Right? This can't be happening right now.
You know, it was fun. Now it's not.
No,
it's not fun.
It's not fun, man.
All right, man. All right, I'm already at a 180 heart rate.
Let's go. Yeah, Shay.
Woo. Good to go.
Woo.
This is gonna be. Oh god. Oh god. Here we go. Oh shit. Oh, okay, dude.
Look
All right, man.
straight down. Oh my goodness. Let's go!
I don't know.
What's your heart rate?
It doesn't say.
Hold on to my glasses. Let's just. Oh! Dude, I feel like I'm gonna fall.
Oh, oh my God.
That's nice. That's nice.
Woo! Oh, holy this is good.
Big man, brother!
Wait, I do this.
We're gonna smack into that though.
Should I have a hand on your leg?
Yeah! Woo! Oh, all right. Ah! Oh, that get you right there.
Jesus.
Not again, man.
All right, two times is not.
They boosted at the end.
It was rough.
It was a rough ride. Daw's reaction on this was he was just scared, honestly, man. If you would see his heart rate monitor, he was so scared. I peeked at it. I kind of peeked at it a little bit.
The entire way he was saying, I'm not going to do this. We're sitting in the seat. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. But he did well.
What does this say? 138. What is, wait, 188. 188.
No, that's 90, bro.
It was rough. It was real rough. I had fun, but it was rough.
You were screaming the whole way.
I was woohooing. I got a little woo out of that.
It was fun. It was beautiful. I'd do it again.
He gripped my leg. Yeah, I grabbed his leg. I thought I was grabbing mine. I think he said that we were closer together during the ride.
Our bond is tighter than ever.
A 1v1's still harder than that. Yeah, 100%.
Well, I was chilling until the end. They like speed you up. You think you're gonna shoot off the damn building.
You really do.
It was like nice and chill, and like nah.
Man, props to those brave souls. That was truly crazy. Last week, we looked at bloopers of some H1Z1 pros. This week, we're taking a look at my bloopers. Wait, what? Guys, what bloopers? And here's the bloopers from what we did tonight. Welcome to The Drop. I'm your host, Supersonic, coming to you from outside Caesar's Palace where people can't drive. This week, we're taking a look at the bloopers of that piece of shit. I think it's the right time. That means it's go. And what they're doing outside of the... This is how week 2 went. I told my mom speed reading was a bad idea. All right, guys, I'm joined.
Power positions.
We need to blow up every car on the strip. I hear everything. Look forward to next week as we move things to the stage at Caesars. Good. All right, guys, it looks like we're out of time and the gas circle is closing in on us. So make sure to tune in to Facebook every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific for more Pro League action. And catch us right here every week on The Drop.
Tonight on the H1Z1 Pro League pregame show, we'll declare our Week 2 MVP based on last week's exciting final round. We'll learn a bit more about some of our pros who've served in the military, and you know our casters. They're going to be bringing you all the highlights and analysis in case you missed Week 2. All that and more as we welcome you to the Twin Galaxies Esports Center at Caesars Entertainment Studios in the heart of the Las Vegas Strip. I'm your host, Christine Leahy, and welcome to Week 3. And let's make some noise, guys. Are you excited to be here? As always, in just a few short minutes, 75 pro H1Z1 players will drop back into the map to take home as many points as possible as 14 teams are chasing our league leader, Epsilon. And they're still in first place with 39 points. But Tempo Storm is close on their heels with 33. And with only 9 points separating 2nd through 12th, really anything can happen. It's a race for first, and I am so excited for round 1. And of course, bringing you all the action, analysis, and highlights, we have our two casters, Rich Campbell and Jason Burns. How's it going over there, guys?
It's going all right. Thanks, Christine. Welcome, guys. We're going to kick off the pre-show here. We also want to give a shout-out to Angry Pug, who's hanging out over in our VIP lounge. Looking good over there, bud. I got to love him. Love you, Pug. All right, so he'll actually be competing in our halftime show today. He'll be playing that Gone in 90 Seconds. And, yeah, we'll see how he does in that.
Yeah, very excited for that. But, of course, we want to make sure all of you just joining us tonight for the first time, before we jump into the action, welcome. We want to make sure you know everything that happened in Week 2. We want you to be able to follow along with all the intense Battle Royale action. So here's a quick refresher on how tonight's games will play out.
H1Z1 leads the Battle Royale competitive experience with Season 1 of the Pro League, live from Las Vegas. 15 teams of 5, yes, 75 players at once will drop into a massive 100 square kilometer map, each with the goal of eliminating all opposing teams and being the last team standing. The players start with nothing but the shirts on their backs, so they must scavenge for weapons, armor, and vehicles as a continuously shrinking toxic green gas encircles the map, forcing the players closer and closer to each other. Let's talk about scoring. The way to get points is by eliminating other players. Each player eliminated is worth a single point, with one awesome exception. Any player that scores a melee elimination, that is by fist or knife, will earn a whopping 10 points for the team. It's a big risk for a big reward. Of course, we'd be remiss not to give a nod to the survivalists out there. At the end of each round, teams will receive these multipliers based on how many teams they outlast. And remember, even a single surviving player can earn the bonus for his team. The points will add up round after round to determine the standings, with each team's score carrying over from the previous week. Each season is broken into 2 10-week splits. Over the course of the season, teams will fight to qualify for the championship, where one team will earn the right to call themselves the first ever H1Z1 Pro League champions.
All right, so now you know how our 75 players are actually going to be accruing points here that are cumulative in our league.
Yeah, now that everyone does know how this is going to go down for tonight's match, let's take a look back at the action from last week to see what we might expect to see from our teams tonight.
All right, well, the first thing that you need to know if you haven't been paying attention, Set to Destroy X has been one of the most aggressive teams in the league thus far.
Yeah, Benny with a great play here as they came in crashing into Echo Fox, netting themselves a few eliminations. Then we're going to hop on board with OG Triv, and he's going to get a double kill off a single pump from the shotgun. That's pretty rare.
Yeah, I mean, he's able to get both of them down with just one tap. Now, this is going to be Benny Boy, and this is where he finishes the run that he actually had. He was able, across round 1 and round 2 last week, to grab 5 eliminations, so really good performance by him there. But now we're going to take a look as Adrian just rushes Cranked out.
Yeah, it takes him out with the car. You don't get to see the rush downs with the cars too often. Then we're going to go to the end of match number 2 here, and this is going to be Rogue from Luminosity, who came in huge for his guys here. Gets an early kill there, and then we'll see him later as he takes down that match.
Well, that's so important for LG as well, because we talked about LG last week. At the first week, they are at the very bottom. They got 0 points. They managed to jump up all the way 5 places higher. They're in 10th place now after the massive amount of points that they're actually able to grab last week.
Yeah, 25 points in a single week is going to be huge. Obviously, this is anybody's game. With being able to come in and drop huge games like that, anybody can take over the top spot.
And based on those performances in last week's matchups, we are officially awarding the Week 2 MVP title to Rogue from Luminosity Gaming.
I mean, he showed up. He took down that match for them. They had a stellar match number 2. 6 eliminations, closed it out in a 1v2 in a really tough situation. I don't think any other player really deserved it from last week. He was definitely the one that stepped up.
I mean, the whole squad, you know, it was kind of one of those squads that we had to look at and say, all right, who on this team is going to take it? With 6 eliminations, Rogue definitely makes a pretty darn good argument, and you're going to see how he gets it started there. From 0 points to him alone getting 6 points before multiplier comes into play, LG definitely managed to pull off something right last week.
Yeah, they came in huge, definitely destroyed it. And our host, Christine, is standing by with the MVP to hear about how he managed to shine during Week 2.
Thanks, guys. I've got the MVP himself, Rogue, here with me. They were saying some really nice things about you just there. And as you're watching what happened at the end of last week, can you take us through those moments a little bit?
It was pretty rough at the start. Like, we had a horrible week the first week, and then it was tough to, like, overcome the, you know, depression of it. And so when we went into Week 2, it was all focus, focus, focus. And then when we won, it was really, really big to us.
How does it feel to be an MVP this week?
Pretty good. There hasn't been one, so I mean, obviously there's players that did better than I did in week 1, but I guess you guys didn't have that, so it feels great to be the week 2 MVP. I never thought I would be one, so.
Well, now you are. You guys went from 0 to 25 points in 1 week. So that said, how's your practice been going this last week?
There is nothing to do online, so we practice here at the arena the whole time. So there's 3 days a week where we do that, and it's pretty much just grind time when we get here, and we go hard and fix the mistakes when we're here.
All right, Ro, good luck tonight. I can't wait to see you guys play. Guys, I think he sounds pretty ready to go.
Yeah, sounds pretty ready. We're not quite ready there. First, let's go ahead and take a look and get a minute to know a little bit more about our players. Last week, we took a look at the touching story of Benny Boy from Set to Destroy X.
Yeah, Jason, such a touching story with his parents supporting him through all he's been through. But there are a lot of stories like that in this league, and we want to take a moment to look at a few more of them this week. We wanted to look at our players who have been in the military. It takes a lot of sacrifice to serve your country, and these gamers have brought discipline, focus, drive, and so much more to the table as they try and prove that they're the best.
Going from the Air Force to becoming a pro gamer was something I didn't intend to do.
I'm in the military too, I don't know, I did say that. E4, senior airman. So like I'll be traveling back and forth constantly and coming to play and practice and then flying back and forth from here to California.
Obviously I played games when I got home from work every day, and once I got out, got a small job and then kept playing, and then eventually I was like, oh, I'm pretty good at this, so just quit the job, kept playing the video games, and this is where I'm at now.
Initially, they don't fully understand what you're doing, but they eventually, over time, started to slowly kind of get the grasp of gaming in general, and that it's an actual career. And I think once that was kind of a reality, there was a lot more support for it.
Just trying to maintain my family, being there for my wife and my kid, and still putting in the hours to game, and just try to be at that level of everyone else and better.
It's just a lot of criticism, a lot of support too, but that criticism, I don't know, it adds up. Gotta learn to deal with it.
To get into the pro league and to be paid a salary is just a great feeling, and something I didn't think would ever honestly happen.
When I first started gaming with my wife, she definitely was like, grow out of it, kind of, you're playing video games, just kind of old. For the most part, she was with me all the way, and now she's definitely on board.
Whenever our viewers watch the pro league for the first time, I'm really hoping that they just get grabbed by it, super entertained. I want them to see something they've never seen before and want to keep watching it.
All right, huge thank you to those guys for their service. And for a little bit more on Crossover, let's head over to Christine.
Thanks, guys. I've got Crossover sitting with me here on the couch. That was a pretty emotional piece there. What's it like sitting here and watching that?
It's crazy. It's mind-boggling to see it, honestly. It's pretty cool.
What do you think in some of your military training you can take from that and apply it to playing here tonight and this week?
Just being resilient. I mean, we're on the bottom right now, but any challenges that stepped in my way in my military career, I'm able to overcome it and just be better.
You've got to make a lot of sacrifices. It's a really big commitment to be in the military. You've had to make some sacrifices to be here, being away from your family, living in Las Vegas for a little while. Yeah. How does that kind of translate for you?
So I'm not staying here in Las Vegas. I'm traveling on game days back and forth right now because I have to maintain my job back in California for the military. So I'm in the process of trying to get here full time, basically. But it's definitely hard.
What do your teammates think of all this?
It's rough on them, I know that. But I mean, we're gonna fight through and push through, and hopefully by second split I can be here full time and just crack down and come out on top.
You feel ready to go tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely. We passed, weeks passed, we're good. We're on it, we're focused.
All right, Crossover, thank you so much. We're gonna have you get back to your team in just a second. Okay. But what is your strategy tonight?
Just same game plan, just communication, everyone on board, focus, firing everything, and just win.
All right, good luck. Now, for real, you can go back over to your team, and we'll get moving into round one. But meanwhile, let's check back in with our casters who've taken their positions in the booth.
Yeah, we're just about ready to go here. But Christine, before we actually jump into the action, I'm curious, what are you looking forward to seeing tonight?
Guys, we still haven't seen our first melee kill, so those are worth 10 points. There have been a few skirmishes that almost turned into a brawl, but the guns came out really quickly. So I'm hoping that somebody goes for it tonight. Could even be a way for Obey maybe to get back into the hunt and out of last place. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's a really important thing to be thinking about here. That could be, before multiplier, 10 points. Now think about some of the highest scoring matches that we've actually seen. 28, gonna be that record right now. So if you end up getting first place and you have a melee elimination kill, you're already almost there. You're able to actually get 20 points from that. So these melee kills could be huge, but I think we already start to see some teams knowing that and trying to avoid those situations.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a rough spot to get those. I think the best chance of us seeing that is maybe a gas grenade at the end. If you've got 5 up versus 1, maybe you can run in and try and finish them off that way when you feel like you got the body count. Hard way to win it, but worth the points. And also, there's also some winning that we're going to go ahead and give away to the people at home. So definitely have an opportunity to win big at home, win yourself some H1Z1 Pro League merch. This week, we're doing the style. We want to see some screenshots of your guys' in-game style, your skins. Send them in to us. See if you can one-up Rich in his style. I mean, he's the one that's always getting all dressed up over here looking pretty. So tweet that out to us at H1Z1 Pro League using the hashtag H1Z1 Pro Contest. Send them in. We want to see them.
Luckily, I can't compete, so you guys got a little bit better of a chance. But we want to see what you can pull off. But that's not the only way that you can actually be winning right now. If you are watching on the Facebook, you can actually get a code for an in-game H1Z1 hoodie. So be keeping your eye on that and look at that lower third on the bottom of your screen and try to grab yourself some in-game swag. But before we jump into this, we need to actually start thinking about how this is all possible, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, definitely cannot get any of this done without big help from our sponsors.
Oh, yeah, and we can't do it without our sponsors, and we definitely can't do it without the players. In just a few seconds, we are going to be having the players take the stage, Jason. And right now, we have a clear leader. Right now, Epsilon is going to have 39 of those points, and then the bubble is right under them. We got second through all the way down to, I believe, 12th place that are really kind of right on this bubble.
Yeah, definitely. So there's only going to be about a 9-point spread between all those teams. And I think those guys are ready to try and start getting this race going and try and take out Epsilon. Let's go ahead and bring in all the players and get them ready for match number 1.
All right, let's see. First, it's going to be LG coming out. And this is a squad that was originally on the bottom at the end of week 1. They have managed to catch up. Obey needs to follow in their footsteps just like they are out of this gate.
Yeah, they definitely need to play a little bit of catch-up. I expect them to come in and probably play a little bit more aggressive here this week. I mean, you got to step up. They obviously need to get some points on the board.
I mean, that's an important thing to note. You talk about how important aggression can really be. This new scoring system has resulted in different styles of play. We've already seen it. I don't think it's settled at all yet. We talked about how Epsilon seemed to be one of the teams that is quickest adapting to that meta. Do you think that will hold here again today?
I'm not sure. It's going to be something hard to maintain that as players and the other teams start to catch on to that and start to play more aggressive themselves. It makes it harder for that team that maybe was playing aggressive early where they didn't have anybody really to battle them for that. So they were getting these single team versus single team fights, winning those, moving to the next one. As people get eliminated sooner, might be a little bit harder. But we're going to have to probably catch that right after the break. After this, we'll be back with match number 1. Supersonic, and this is your H1Z1 Pro League weekly recap. With months of build-up, the Pro League finally got underway last week in Las Vegas. After years of hard work and sacrifice, 75 of the greatest H1Z1 players in the world arrived to kickstart the first ever Battle Royale Esports Pro League. Traditionally a survival game, the Pro League altered the rules to promote more action and intense combat. Each week, the 15 teams will drop onto a map to earn points by racking up eliminations and staying alive for as long as they can. With 2 rounds per week, the team combined scores will give them their place in the overall standings. Competing over the next 20 weeks are Team Alliance, Cloud9, Counterlogic Gaming, Echo Fox, Epsilon, Gankstars, Impact Gaming, Luminosity, Noble Esports, Obey Alliance, Rogue, Set to Destroy X, TSM, Tempo Storm, Vitality. The centerpiece of the Pro League is a massive, one-of-a-kind circular stage. Introduced at last year's H1Z1 Fight for the Crown, the stage took over 12,000 man-hours to construct. Housed at Caesars Entertainment Studios, the arena is outfitted with over 80 cameras, 300 lights, an incredible sound system, and one of the sickest VIP lounges around. The pro players went through 4 days of media interviews, tech rehearsals, and stage rehearsals. They were hooked up by Republic of Gamers and outfitted with incredible PCs to ensure optimum gameplay. Heading into Saturday's kickoff match, everyone was ready to go. According to the players themselves, TSM and Drop, set to destroy X's Prodigy Aces or Rogue Stormin. Saturday was a spectacle. Things got underway with a huge tailgate party and a red carpet entrance suitable for Hollywood. The arena was filled with huge stars, from NFL legend Tony Gonzalez to Fast and the Furious star Michelle Rodriguez, to our incredible host, Christine Leahy, a broadcaster from the traditional sports world who absolutely loves esports and respects what our pros can do. With the stars abound, the players at their positions, and the casters, including yours truly, ready to call all of the action, the first round of the Pro League was underway. In the first round, the players got off to a bit of a slow start, trying to feel each other out. Finally, Stormin on Team Rogue was able to get the first elimination on TSMG. After that, the pace quickened and the action was full throttle. Cloud9 was the first team to be completely eliminated, and a short while later, Alliance shocked the arena, eliminating TSM. By the end of the first round, Team Epsilon racked up the most eliminations and was the last team standing, with a commanding lead over the competition. After halftime, the teams were ready for round 2 to get underway. With the opening pleasantries out of the way, everyone got down to business. And when it was all said and done, Cloud9 redeemed their early round 1 exit. The standings after week 1 saw Epsilon with a commanding lead in first, and their slayer Fieldern walking away with the MVP. Rogue and Echo Fox were just behind in second and third, and Luminosity disappointed with 0 points. With not much time to prepare, the players had to get ready for the week 2 matchup on Wednesday. The arena was packed and filled with anticipation. Epsilon underwhelmed by only adding 6 points and losing much of their lead. Even worse, Obey Alliance gained 0 points, leaving them in last place. The stars of the night were Luminosity. In a big reversal from week 1, Luminosity came up big, earning 22 points in total. And the highlight of the day had to be Luminosity Rogue's 1-on-2 battle to end the match. Epic stuff.
In comes the shotgun battle, and he gets it!
That's how things shook out over the last week here in Las Vegas. For more Pro League action, make sure to watch here on Facebook every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. I'm Supersonic, and this has been your H1Z1 Pro League Weekly Recap.
At last, it's arrived. An H1Z1 Pro League.
It feels amazing to be part of the Pro League because only top 75 players make it into this league. This has been pretty much the dream ever since I started competitive gaming, and now it's actually happening.
This is my hard work paid off.
It was an opportunity that I could not refuse. It was something that I've been working for my whole life.
This was a dream come true. It's pretty exciting.
I mean, I think playing on Caesars, it's incredible, honestly.
The stage, the atmosphere.
It's just a surreal experience.
When you get to the end, you either come out on top or you get sent home.
Welcome back. It's a beautiful night here in Las Vegas. We are live at Caesars Entertainment Studios, mere moments away from round one of tonight's H1Z1 Pro League matchup. I'm your host, Christine Leahy, and we are so glad that you're joining us tonight. The race for first is underway with only 9 points separating the 2nd through 12th place team. So it's truly anybody's game. I can't wait to see who really brings it. And if you're here for the first time, let's get a quick refresher on how tonight's winner will be determined.
H1Z1 leads the Battle Royale competitive experience with Season 1 of the Pro League, live from Las Vegas. 15 teams of 5, yes, 75 players at once will drop into a massive 100 square kilometer map, each with the goal of eliminating all opposing teams and being the last team standing. The players start with nothing but the shirts on their backs, so they must scavenge for weapons, armor, and vehicles as a continuously shrinking toxic green gas encircles the map, forcing the players closer and closer to each other. Let's talk about scoring. The way to get points is by eliminating other players. Each player eliminated is worth a single point, with one awesome exception. Any player that scores a melee elimination, that is by fist or knife, will earn a whopping 10 points for the team. It's a big risk for a big reward. Of course, we'd be remiss not to give a nod to the survivalists out there. At the end of each round, teams will receive these multipliers based on how many teams they outlast. And remember, even a single surviving player can earn the bonus for his team. The points will add up round after round to determine the standings, with each team's score carrying over from the previous week. Each season is broken into 2 10-week splits. Over the course of the season, teams will fight to qualify for the championship, where one team will earn the right to call themselves the first ever H1Z1 Pro League champions.
Now let's head over to our casters for the night, who will be guiding you through all the fast-paced Battle Royale action H1Z1 has to offer. Hey guys.
How's it going, Christine? Thank you. That's right. I'm Jason Burns, aka Supersonic.
And I am Rich Campbell, and I'm ready to jump into this action. But before we do, I want to have a major thanks go out to our official hardware supplier. It is going to be Republic of Gamers. And, you know, we really couldn't do this tournament without them. We got 75 players in front of their PCs right now.
Yeah, 75 players sitting on some of the top rigs, looking to play for that championship, take home a win. But they're not the only ones we want to win. We want you guys to be able to win yourself some H1Z1 Pro League merch as well. You can do that right over on Twitter. We mentioned it a little bit before, but we're looking for you to send us in some screenshots of your in-game style. We want to see your skin setup, your loadout, how you look. Do you look better than Rich? If you do, send it over to us at H1Z1 Pro League using the hashtag H1Z1 Pro Contest.
Yeah, you can also win in Facebook chat as well, so keep your eyes on that. You may be able to get a code for an in-game skin. But now let's start to talk about some of these players. We're getting really close to the first game of the day, but we got to talk about Reptar before we do that, because his performance was a big reason why his team was able to go all the way from 10th to 2nd place. 8 points to 33 points, 9 of those eliminations off the back of Reptar.
Plus the 2 assists, which we talked about a little bit. I mean, the assists are huge. Team shots, really big. He's a team player, and he slays out for his squad. They definitely couldn't have done that without him. Awesome player. Definitely keep an eye on him tonight. Expect him to do a little bit of slaying.
And a team that you have to start being scared of as well. They kind of are on the precipice of the bubble, just starting to knock on that door of first place. But another team where we talk about the performances of their players being able to make them jump a huge place positionally. This is LG, and they have jumped from 15th all the way to 10th. Will they be able to make a jump like that again tonight?
Not sure, but we will definitely find out. So these two guys showed up big. I mean, obviously Rogue took down the MVP, but he cannot do it without the support of his team. Chipsy and JP showing up, getting the assists, getting a couple extra slays in there, and then Rogue closing it out, obviously, and getting them that 2 times multiplier.
Well, Vegas seems like they definitely think this team has what it takes. LG heating up in week number 2. Will they heat up again? Speaking of heat, this map looks pretty hot, Jason.
Yeah, so this is going to be the map that these guys are looking at in-game to decide where they're taking off at. You got a little bit of a guide in that bottom right corner in case you forget what it's doing. But as these guys select positions, they're going to start heating up the heat map. You'll see as it gets darker and darker, that means more and more teams have selected that position. That'll notify you of where you can expect some fights early game.
All right, and with that, we can see they have decided where to drop down, which means we can jump in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the players are going to be dropping down to the map. with nothing but the clothing on their backs, which actually looks quite good, Jason.
Yeah, I mean, these outfits came out great. The design team did an amazing job with it. If you're looking to support the team, maybe support the team with your send-in for Twitter. You go ahead and pick those packs up for $19.99 each on the DLC store for Steam. Get your team's parachute and jersey.
Pick up whichever one you want, if it's to support your favorite team or just because you think the skin looks the best. But speaking of picking up stuff, we got to look at these players as they start this initial looting phase. Keep in mind, though, with the new scoring system, this isn't going to last nearly as long as it used to, Jason. We can see right now, moving around the map, they're picking up as much as they can, but they're going to get these loadouts as quick as possible. And we've seen gunfights just go down so early in weeks 1 and 2.
Yeah, in weeks 1 and 2, I mean, some of the practice matches that we've watched, these fights are just breaking out extremely early in comparison to what we were used to with the previous scoring system. It's really weighted heavy towards that slaying, getting eliminations and getting them early. If you can find somebody out of position where you used to not really chase that down, it is really, really worth chasing down that player now. And players definitely taking advantage of it.
Yeah, you know, we saw a Bay on our screen for just a little bit. That's a team that's definitely going to need to kick it up in the slaying department a little bit. They got a lot to prove here. But the other thing that I want to start to think about before the action really does go down, obviously we need to take into account our first ring. And looking at that right now, this first safe zone, it's kind of similar to a safe zone that we've seen in the league before, that we've seen in tournaments before. And one thing to note is you're already losing a little bit of space here to that top portion of the map.
Using a little bit, but this is a pretty open zone. We don't have any major lakes or anything in it, and it's not extremely far off the map, so players are going to be pretty comfortable here. The center safe zone, though, has a ton of little POIs spread out in there. There's going to be houses, a church, a couple different areas to hide out at, so there's going to be a lot of teams that can kind of post up and make it to the late game, so it might slow the roll of this match down just a little bit.
It could. It really reinforces, too, that meta that we've seen that Epsilon's been able to play so well, the team that currently leads with those 39 points. This meta of trying to get to that safe zone, getting in the center of the safe zone, and waiting for the ring to just continually pull to you. That's really their main objective there, and then players, they have to step to you. You let them make that high-risk breach play and just try to gun them down. CLG going to get their caravan working here, Jason.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. So I had the pleasure of interviewing Apex Shea after last week's matches, and that's really what they talked about, is that they like those power positions early. Get there soon, get there as quick as possible, and they play really strong from power positions in the center of the circle. They had a little bit of a rough week, too, where they weren't able to get there. They were far out from where the initial safe zone was, and they were having to rotate in late. So that might be something to keep an eye on and see if they get there first, or if they're rotating in late, if it ends up giving them the same result as week 2.
So we talk about how that is a very kind of established thing in the meta, right? That's one of the things that there aren't too many questions about. It's just how well are you actually enacting it? How well are you able to get that in motion? The thing that I think we're not 100% sure of yet is how players really are going to play the scoring system to the best of their ability. How do they fit it in with their play style, and how it really is going to reward them for, is it sheerly aggression? Is it going for that 2x multiplier? And with what we've seen so far, Jason, what do you think that flow is going to be?
I think that the flow is going to be, we're going to see in this week and possibly the next week or two, teams try and take a bit more aggressive stance. They need to figure out how to transition from the old play style, which was just getting your rotations, not necessarily taking fights, not giving away your position. You wanted to last and outlast the other squads. Now you want to be able to rotate while getting it, and we're taking a look at this first airdrop. Now the airdrop is going to have items that you can't get anywhere else on the map, and inside of that we saw both of them. We got the hunting rifle in there, and we've got the 2-hit lammies. Now you can craft a single hit, but the only way to get a 2-hit, it basically gives you 2 extra shots to the body before you get eliminated, is in those airdrops. High risk, high reward. They let everybody know where you're at.
Yeah, that's the thing. How are you going to play to that? Are you going to try to actually go for grabbing that very lucrative loot, or are you going to stand off and try to pick players off as they go for that greedy play, trying to get that in their back pocket? On board with Alliance, you can see that they're pretty much set up. But guys, if you're enjoying this so far, we want to remind you that every single week at 7 p.m. you can tune in right here on Facebook to watch all of the action. This is week number 3, and it's starting to shape up as we see this gunfight right now. It's set to destroy X once again. Such an aggressive team, but this time it's going to get turned on them just a little bit as Impact gets to ring some shots out.
That shot from CBK Flame to pop a helmet there was nasty, but that exactly what you're saying. Set to Destroy is one of those teams that we see take the early fights all the time, and they're here. I don't expect them to back too far down. If they think that they've got it, they might decide to rotate back. We'll have to see what happens, but Epsilon's right there in the wing as well, so they're going to be in a situation where they're between Impact Gaming and Epsilon. Set to Destroy probably going to decide that this one is a little too aggressive.
I think this is one of those scenarios where you see Set to Destroy X, the team that initially was so good at playing this aggressive game, now needs to cater their gameplay to the fact that the other teams are kind of hip to it now. You know, Impact is like, okay, you're going to step to us for a fight. We're going to fight back. We're at least going to try to trade here. And then all of a sudden, Set to Destroy X finds themselves in a really tough position between two teams. And we know how valuable pinching can really be.
I love Golgi. Golgi's face is always so intense. He's always just locked in, waiting for it. He takes a couple shots there from Flowers, though, immediately back into the car to get out of there. He needs to go ahead and get healed up. He finds a spot to get a little bit of healing down behind this car. But I love how serious he is. He takes the game very seriously. You can see it in his face.
You definitely can. And now Set to Destroy X has found themselves a little location.
Early
in this
setup.
This is nice. This is also, this shows that they are changing things in practice. Are they letting shots actually ring out though now until they might be able to actually grab the pinch here if they come out? An interesting thing to note. You can see some long distance shots going in. And one of the things to note, I was talking about pinching for people at home who might not know how that really does work. Why is it such an important thing in the current scoring system?
So current scoring system is based heavily on eliminations. So if you can find a team that is in a fight already and they're kind of softening each other up, and you can throw a couple bullets in there and you're not at risk of getting shot at and steal away a couple of those elim points, that can be really big later once you start adding the multipliers into it. So you definitely want engagements, and you want to, if at all possible, you want to catch them in the middle of an engagement when you come in.
So the big thing is last shot's going to be a little bit more important because you can actually grab the point, but pinching was also always a crucial thing, right? Because when it was that more placement-based scoring system, if you get the pinch, if you help somebody out when they're trying to take someone down, all of a sudden you just kind of progressed your team along a little bit. You get to play roam, but now you have the potential of actually stealing a point as well.
Well, there's a lot to that also. So if you're watching a fight go down and it's a 5-on-3, you help out the 3.
Always.
You shoot for the 5-man team. You make decisions. It's not just pinch. It's if you can do it intelligently, you can also bump your placement up and get closer and closer to those higher multipliers. And Sign from Luminosity is just taking shot after shot as Rogue tries to open up into him.
I love this too. Now we're going to see switches over to that Magnum, not going to waste any of that ammo that can be important in those later gunfights, but he can still put out those shots. Sign just on the brink of death there. But one of the nice things is Zeke switches to that Magnum. He goes, okay, I may not be able to hit you from close range or from far range. I may not be able to take you out, but I can nibble away at your vehicle.
In that top left corner, you can see LG starting to rotate back to that left side of the screen. They just kind of went out of distance of the spectate cam, but they're rotating back to go and get Sign.
It's a smart move, right? I mean, if you can get that first kill, and ultimately we only do have 74 players left up on the map currently. One more time, we're going to take a peek as this new ring does form, and it's pulling a little bit more in the direction of Ranchito, but a lot of these teams have pretty much already figured it out. Those tiny little POIs might be where they want to set up for the late game.
Yeah, I expect Tempo Storm to probably find that one there in the top right corner. They're going to be able to back up to it, so they might step out to be aggressive, take those fights, and then they have a fallback plan where they have a completely open POI behind them that they can kind of reverse back into.
Look at Sign right now, kind of prone and alone at the moment, trying to heal himself up just a little bit. Looks out, tries to see how can he get back to the rest of his squad. Just that little bit of separation could be deadly.
They got to come to him, I think. They got to come and swoop him up. It looked like Yogi was going down there to grab him and do just that. But on foot with two 5-man teams outside, Set to Destroy on one end. I think Alliance is out behind him. There's no way he can make a move without getting swooped up in a vehicle.
Now Reptar, as you can see right now, pretty calm. Only 93 for his heart rate. And he was the player that really helped to put his team on the map, helped them jump all the way up to that second place position with a massive amount of eliminations next week. Is he going to be the one to get aggressive yet again? And we have to really think about how crazy the score could really be at the end of this week. You see all of our teams still represented here. It is going to be Alliance who pulls down that first kill, that first elimination, that first point. but 2nd through 12, all so close. And now Shot's just going to be lighting up Beast, and he manages to just pull a Neo behind this rock, dodging every single one, and he's going to put a few feelers out himself as this car gets just chewed up to oblivion.
Ooh, that car is starting to get low. It's really low on health. You can actually see that in the bottom of the screen. It's now on fire. The little versus bar at the bottom, though, you can see the flashing red. That's going to indicate that they need to get out of this vehicle. They're down to just the vehicle that Nastigal has. This car is under 20%. It is really scary to be in that. They're going to be stuck on foot for the moment. Probably use that Jeep as either a backup plan to get out, or they might end up sending one person into it to go ahead and scout and find where the other teams are. But being down to one vehicle this early really hurts.
It's really scary, and it's a really heavy investment to put every single person inside of that vehicle, and that's just what they're going to do. This is a scary situation for them, for sure, and this is one of the reasons where we talk about the Magnum being very important in this meta. You can eat up those vehicles very nicely, and you can do it with the other weapons as well, but a Magnum really just is going to be super efficient, and we've seen that a few times already in our first round of the day.
Yeah, and we can see Signs still alive here. Alliance right there, and I think that Alliance being there with that much hard cover is really preventing Luminosity from coming in to pick him up. In the car, they're gonna 5 guys on a single car is gonna just get ripped apart immediately, instant explosion. There's no reason to sacrifice a player to try and grab a player, and Yogi's kind of hanging out, waiting for an opportunity to go in and get him out of there.
Now, Tempo Storm, I already mentioned that they're in 2nd, right? They jump up from 10th from week number 1 to 2nd. Will they be able to make the big jump? Will they be able to overtake Epsilon? That is one of the questions that we need to be thinking about, because we've seen 28-point games, Jason. We've already seen 28-point games.
But Epsilon's the only one that's done it.
They are the only one that's done it, but the thing is if anyone has a performance like that, all of a sudden they can turn the standings on their head. This is one of the weeks where we either see Epsilon straight up pull ahead, or we see the other teams start to grab the reins a little bit. One of the tallest orders, though, for moving up on that leaderboard is going to be Obey.
They definitely have a little bit of room for improvement. Keep an eye on these guys. We'll see if they can go ahead and pull off a pickup the way that Luminosity did last week. They definitely need a little bit of love and a few elims here and there. They're gonna need to chase some.
I don't bring up heart rate too often. You know, I brought it up a lot the first time when we first saw it. We got to look at these shots, though. This is going to be set to destroy X, going for this aggressive gameplay yet again, and this time it's against Epsilon. If you can eliminate them early, the amount that you do to the leaderboard, the chaos that you truly can reap, will be phenomenal. I want to see it. If Epsilon gets taken out, like, what will happen?
Yeah, I'm not sure. These opening weeks, I think, are definitely those points where we're going to see a lot of leapfrogging of teams until the scores start to stabilize and everybody kind of figures out the game plan for the season. Until then, I think we're going to continue to see teams bounce around. We did see Epsilon, though, hold on week 1 and week 2. I'm not sure they can hold on 3 weeks in a row. I think that that's going to be very, very difficult.
So this is already a little bit slower than we've seen in weeks 1 and week 2, and a lot of that is going to be the ring really dictating, and that's why consistency is going to be so important and actually being able to adapt to the scenario. But I want to go back to when we actually saw a crossover on Obey. The amount of stress that you can tell that these guys are under. Already his heart rate was up in the area of 160, 162. He's got like 4 hearts beating in that chest right now. And it's so crazy thinking about like the fact that he's currently in the service too. And this is going to be a situation that's that stressful. And now Epsilon, once again, going to be under fire.
Yeah, Epsilon in a rough spot.
Look, Balin goes down.
Balin already went down. We've lost the first 2 members of Epsilon so far. There's only 2 players down, both being off of Epsilon. This is a little bit of a rough start. They need to see if they can maybe make it a little bit longer into the match and net their kills later. Trying to fight 3-man when everybody else is 5 players up is really difficult. It's now an outlast maneuver. You want to make it to the late game where it's a little bit easier to manage the circle. And you were saying a minute ago about this circle actually dictating the pace. It 100% has slowed this match down from what we're used to. These guys that want to go out and just have open fields to take the fights, there's not a lot of teams presenting them those options. So these teams that are super over-aggressive aren't getting to get eliminations early. So we'll see if the circle continues to have this effect.
This is one of those situations where at a certain point, that kill feed is just going to light up like a Christmas tree. It's going to be absolutely insane. Look, there is not enough real estate for all of these people to hang out. They are going to be right on top of each other. One of the teams on the outside is going to be Echo Fox. Now, first we do see Chaffee go down. Now some long-range shots going to be coming out from Pineapples. He's got a lot of cover just based off of this Jeep. He's got a pretty good eye line on quite a few teams. Now, the main thing to... Oh, my goodness.
Helmet off for Flowers. It's Imperial How goes down as well. 2 class. Obey Alliance netting themselves a few points. We were just saying they needed them. It looks like they are here, and they are hunting down these points. LG, though, going to get involved, start taking them away. C9, Frex going to go down. We're going to lose Flowers now to Chipsy as well. Last player left alive for Cloud9 is going to be Adrian, and it looks like he's most likely going to go down right here. Going to go down again to Luminosity. JP's going to nade Rogue, though, and take out the MVP for week 2. That doesn't feel good.
Before that, they were just mopping them clean. Now Sign finally going to fall as well, and now we have the remaining 3 members of LG just huddled up, hiding inside of this smoke, and it is looking a little bit scary for them, and it's actually funny. You can see right now on the spectator, it's LG versus LG. Yeah, that's what happens when you kill your teammate.
Yeah, the camera doesn't care. If you're fighting somebody, it's going to tell you. You're shooting your team, it's going to let us watch that battle happen, and it looks like JP chunked himself a lot, too. I think it was just a bad nade throw. I'm not 100% certain, because he went down really low as well. I think that he just squared Rogue right up with it.
Still, though, LG changing their play style quite a bit. They catch up last week. They start getting some points on the board. Now they're going to get some early points here, but we still have 65 players up, representing all but one of our teams. 14 banners still on the playing field.
Yeah, I mean, C9 got eliminated between Obey and LG. LG, though, being that pinch team, and they cleaned up on the Elems. So they ended up netting almost all of those points. I think Obey Alliance only got 1. Yeah, Obey Alliance netted 1 of those. LG got 3 of them.
LG, yes, they do get 3, but now they don't have very many players left to grab anymore. And we know that there are going to be plenty of eliminations all around. Now Set to Destroy just going to grab an easy 2. The assist even being off the team. The coordination going very well, and you can see Crossover. He's peeking out. He's trying to clean up LG. And now the rest of the Obey Alliance is going to come in. They're going to come in for the flank. Will they be able to find Chipsy? And we see Teenage does do just that. He takes down Chipsy. LG's last stand, it's not going to go well as Yogi falls down as well.
Boom. Set to Destroy, still on a push here, taking down Alliance. Alliance going to get eliminated from this match. Early press there. Obey Alliance recognized that there was only one or two players left and makes that great push. CLG now getting taken out by Rogue.
Obey Alliance definitely stepping up. They needed to do just that. Will it be enough? As all of a sudden we see Vitality entering the fray. On board with Gangstars for now. They see that smoke. They know that Obey is there. They're trying to shut them down and leave them in 15th place. Will they be able to leave them in the dust? Vitality going to be able to pick up some more kills. Now it's Noble. Rogue going to crash this cop car, putting shot after shot in, trying to get it to pop.
I don't think they connected on anything there, so no shot ended up hitting anything but the vehicle. No limbs. Vago gonna get taken out by Nad. Riki coming out last second, maybe a last-ditch effort. He does have a smoke nade over him. He can go ahead and heal up for a second. Just hold on. He's made it to 10th, so they've at least got a modifier on their eliminations that have already occurred. And Noble, now here in a fight, we got Riki right outside. Shots coming in from one of the other teams.
He's so cheeky. He's being a little ninja. Is he going to walk in right now? He has the shotgun. Is he going to be able to get the shots out?
Window.
He's looking through. He's still playing it nice and slow. Trying to be sneaky. He's going to invest a throwable here. Going to try to tag him up. Is he going to run in with that explosion? Right now, he's still hanging out outside. Trying to be nice and sneaky here. He's going to stay within that smoke. Trying to keep himself nice and safe. He is the last hope for Rogue to score here. Already, he manages to stay alive long enough for them to get the 1.5 multiplier. Now he's in the tree. Lets out those shotgun shots. Will he find one more point? He gets tagged up. Runs back into the building. He finds some cover. He's going to live to fight just a little bit longer here in the bedroom. Will they follow? And he's going to try and take down Shurima Wizard, but Shurima gets to turn on him. It's Shurima Wiz just taking him down there. The assist coming in from the teammate as well, but well played, staying up for his team. Now we are down to our top 9. 40 players for these teams. Noble gonna have 4 here in a fight with Team Solomed.
Every now and then, man, you get that play where the guy doesn't know you're there, and it's just so easy that it becomes difficult. Nastical gonna get taken out, lifted off of Obey's gonna go down, along with Casper off of Gangstars and Moose off Tempo Storm. The kill feed is impossible to keep up with right now, but Gangstars is getting eliminated one by one.
It's a parade of death right now in that top left-hand corner of your screen. Kill after kill coming in. It is just absolutely unrelenting. Epsilon trying to get more points on the board to preserve their lead. Proc's going to be able to find Class. It was 60 just a few seconds ago. I know I'm not good on math, but this This is absolutely insane. Now it's Sloth finding Teenage and Epsilon. It's all down to one player, and he is weak. Crossover going to fall for Obey Alliance. One more team elimination, and we jump up to the 1.5 over the 1.25. More shots coming in, Jay.
And he's looking for the shot. Melander not going to be able to get it. Shurima going to get another close range finish. Rhino from Tempo Storm going to go down along with Prox off Echo Fox. And we're on board with Sloth, that in-game leader for Echo Fox. He's barely alive. It looks like he has just a little bit of cover. He's going to step up and try and take the shot. Ends up taking down Reptar. Needs to get a heal off. Gets back down. Looks like no shots are coming in his direction. He's going to live for just a moment here. Set to destroy. Is not able to see him currently. There is a smoke nade out off to that side. They're blindly firing, trying to find him. They know he's there, but they have no line of sight.
He is MVP. He's untouchable. He's just rolling around the bullets. He was able to turn around and find one kill.
Into top 5.
His health was literally lost for how long? Finally, Benny Boy is just going to be able to rip him to shreds. But just one sneeze would have taken him down, but he was able to do so much for his team, getting to the top 4. Now we have our top 3. It's going to be Noble, relatively healthy, but Vitality, they have their entire squad. Will they be able to take first place here? We know how offensive Set to Destroy X can be, and now we got a nice little triangle here.
We got some shots coming in. We're going to lose Clem off of Vitality, so Noble starting to soften up that 5-man squad. So we've got 2 4-mans and a 3-man left up right now. Set to Destroy, looking like they're going to make a rotation here. They're going to end up right behind Howie. Howie's going to try and get into the vehicle and get away, but Meg's going to step out, get a quick 2-tap into Doug. Doug going to go down. Anna now trying to rotate out of the smoke, out to the other side, trying to find a shot, gets it into Hurrah. Hurrah going to get eliminated. Now Anna making the press. Can he find Megs? Tries to get cover. Out comes the throwable. Doesn't look like it's going to connect, and now we are in a fight here off to the left side. Liam barely hanging on, gets eliminated.
Set to Destroy finally pulls ahead. It's 12-11 against them and Vitality on the point. Whoever manages to win this is going to have such a high score. The body armor gets ripped off. Helmet instantly put back on. They're able to find another kill here. Now turning around, looking at Noble Esports. Set to Destroy X just absolutely demolishing right now. If they get number 1, this is going to be one of the highest scoring games that we've seen. Stop a little, just hanging on by a thread, trying to find Shurima Wizard here. Anna going to be backing him up, hiding behind a tree right now, but he is going to be ripped down by Nad. Shurima Wizard still on the hunt for Stop a Little. He's going to be able to find him, and that is going to be first place, going the way of Noble.
Noble comes in big at the end, able to clutch that up, softened up Vitality just a touch. Anna and the boys that Set to Destroy, able to have a crazy battle there, and then Noble comes in for the cleanup at the end.
Ladies and gentlemen in the arena, I think we just saw the best game that we have seen so far, and the H1Z1 Pro League. Give it up for our players, my goodness! 20 points going to go to Set to Destroy X.
So Set to Destroy not able to clutch up the win for the 2x multiplier, but they did have enough limbs to take over first place in the overall for that. Vitality also beating out Noble with that multiplier by a single point. So extremely close match there with those top 3 teams.
Why am I crying at the desk right now? What just happened? That was so insane. You look at Echo Fox too. They managed to get all the way up to 5th place, and a lot of that just comes from crazy plays. Now Cloud9 and Impact, they're going to have slightly disappointing performances here, but we started to see teams that have struggled adapt a little bit. Was it that ring? That's kind of the thing that I want to hear from these players. Was it the ring that allowed some of these teams to do well that maybe haven't done well before? Because it was almost a completely different meta. That felt almost like I'm thinking like when we were in Atlanta. That's almost what that looked like there.
Very much similar to the Atlanta and the DreamHack series that we've done. Those matches are a little bit more on the survival side. There's a lot of hard cover, a lot of spots. That definitely played out similar to the old meta style. The teams that are trying to be aggressive weren't able to, but let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the highlights that just happened in that match.
I think I know a few of them that we're going to see here, but first we're on board with Teenage, living the dream, able to get some shots out. And we talk about Obey. They were that squad, just ripping pineapples to shreds. Helmet going to pop off here. Teenage behind the rock, stays alive just a little bit longer. But that was a team that needed to find some success.
And they did. They found themselves, I think, 9 or 10 elims that match, so they've definitely got on the board. We're going to be on board with Shurima as he closes out that match with the final kill on to Stomp a Little. But again, the elims at the end of that match were so close, and with the modifiers that again, we're starting to see the elims determine who wins the match. It's not necessarily taking first place. The old meta is how we saw the game play out, but again, we saw the new meta affecting the leaderboard.
It's so important that you said that. That was exactly what I was going to say, but also the team that's been able to do that week after week is set to destroy X. Their sheer aggression has just put them ahead, and you saw at the end there, it was a little bit of a dogfight. Right behind them, of course, was Noble, and it was back and forth. They were tied up. I believe it was 11-11, then set to destroy, tips it over to 12, but we need to throw it down to the floor. Christine with a member of Obey, a team that needed to get some points here.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Stay Lifted from Obey Alliance, and as they just said, you guys needed some points. You came in today as the last place team. How confident were you then coming into tonight?
We were pretty confident. We know we're a good team. We just had to show it.
Did you guys feel like you had a target on your backs today?
Everybody has a target on their back, but we're definitely the underdogs, so we had a lot more to prove.
You guys got 13 points tonight. Did you feel like it was really a goal for you to come out with a fast start?
Yeah, for sure.
How'd you do that?
We just stuck to our game plan, listened to our shot caller, and it worked out.
How are you feeling right now? Good?
Yeah.
Nervous?
A little nervous, but I'm feeling all right, yeah.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know, it's just a lot going on. Battle Royale is crazy.
Okay. We're going to go back to the casters now. Back up to you.
Whew. My goodness. So 13 points, you got to keep that in your mind. From a team that was just struggling to even get on the board, that is going to be massive. Do you think that's really enough to kind of give them that momentum that we saw LG really get last week?
Yeah, I mean, LG had a really rough game number one. So I think if we're going to talk momentum, they built up a bit of momentum already. And if they can maintain that play style, and especially if they get a circle that plays a little bit more to the aggressive side, they might be able to have a big game too.
All right, well, we've already just seen inside of game quite some talent come out from our players. But the question is, are there any talents lurking below the surface that we haven't found out yet?
Do I have a secret talent?
Secret talent?
Secret talent is that I can fold my tongue in half and have it sticking out of my mouth while it's still in half. I went to Ripley's, believe it or not, and they said that 1 in 5 million people could do it.
Swiping. Tinder matching, actually.
Scuba diving? I can whistle while I smile. I don't know.
My secret talent is pizza making.
I'm double jointed, but that's about it. I'm not sure how much that helps me in the gaming world. I mean, I can do that and then pop all my fingers in like that.
I'm really good at cinematic voiceovers. In a world brought to you by Tonfest Live, one of the greatest shows to ever hit Facebook.
My secret talent is tolerating jerk chicken. Sleeping.
I have a black belt in Kung Fu.
All right, so if you see my arm, it's not right because it got broken. It got smashed, and my parents didn't think that I needed to get surgery. They told me my growth plate was completely smashed, and they didn't think it was going to be the same size. So now with it being messed up, it's actually double jointed, and I can bend it around very far.
I can shotgun a beer in less than 3 seconds.
My arm, it hurts. I don't like that type of stuff, man. It makes me squeamish. Ugh. All right, guys. So, well, we'll see if Set to Destroy, if Doug can pull off some wins right there with that. But we want you guys, again, we want you to win at home. We got the Twitter contest going on. Go ahead, send in your screenshots of everything you guys got on in-game. We want to see your in-game style. Send them on in at H1Z1 Pro League with the hashtag H1Z1 Pro Contest. Win yourself some Pro League merch.
That's not the only way to win, too. If you are watching in Facebook right now, in chat, you can actually grab some in-game codes. So go ahead in chat, try to get those rolling right now. But I'm excited. We're going to get to watch this halftime show in just a second, Jason.
Yeah, halftime show is going to be great. We got Angry Pug hanging out, and I believe Christine's going to be putting him through the Gone in 90 seconds.
That is exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to get to Angry Pug in just a second, but briefly, let me give everyone here for the first time a quick rundown of this game. We invite a pro H1Z1 player to hop into a combat training mode for 90 seconds to set a score to beat. And then one lucky member of the in-studio audience will have the chance to beat that score that you are going to set. And if they do, they are going to win this prize right here. So as you guys mentioned, I have Angry Pug here with me. Why is it Angry Pug? Where'd you come? I have a pug and she's a happy pug. So where is that from?
I would have went with Happy Pug, but you got to strike some intimidation into your opponent, so I had to go with Angry.
Yeah, Happy Pug doesn't really sound vicious.
I'm really not angry, but...
I think you have an idea that I'm not going to make this very easy for you. How are you feeling about that?
I'm just looking for one kill.
Just one. You're going to set the bar about here.
I got to.
I like that. How do you think your stream supporters are going to feel about this?
A little embarrassed.
Okay.
But it's okay. I embarrass them all the time, so it's okay.
Okay, so like I said, we're not going to make this easy at all. Last week we had some technical difficulties. You're not so lucky. You're actually going to have to play this game. So we're going to implement the same challenge that Pineapple was going to have to do. You will play cross-armed, right hand on the keyboard, left hand on the mouse. Do you feel good about that?
Not at all, because I'm like a tenth the player Piney is, so...
Okay, so get on the computer. Are you ready to go?
All right.
All right, and I'm going to count you down 90 seconds on the clock. Tell me when you're ready.
I am ready.
Okay, go.
Okay.
90 seconds. All right, one kill is all we're looking for here.
Maybe it would have been more if I was playing, another way around. But
You know, for a guy who calls himself Angry Pug, you don't look very angry.
I told you.
You have a very docile face.
Happy Pug wouldn't have worked. It's not very marketable.
That's true. Do you have a pug? Do you want one?
I'm going to get a pug very shortly.
Is it hard to play when I'm talking to you like this?
Not at all. It's hard to play when you're putting your arms crisscrossed. Like,
do you want me to help you?
Sure. Do you want to take the mouse?
Sure. I'll take the mouse.
Okay.
Oh, okay. There we go.
You hit respawn?
Oh, respawn.
And then...
Uh-oh. Is this allowed that I'm helping you?
Sure.
I'm going to help the other
Just
person,
moves
too.
the mouse button up or down to switch to a weapon.
All right. I'm going to let you... Yeah, there we go.
No.
This is all me.
There
if
you
you
go.
get a kill,
You go.
it's
Go ahead.
it's me.
All right.
Okay.
And now we just got to find somebody. Oh, whoa!
You have under 30 seconds. Hey.
We found somebody.
All right. See, I'm good luck. All right, you take it back.
All right.
You have under 30 seconds here.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
All right.
We need one kill. That's it.
All right. Okay. There we go. Just trying to get somebody's attention. Come on.
10 seconds left. 10 seconds.
Come on. Somebody come and fight me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wow. 0 kills.
Like this.
Good job. Good job. That was impressive. Angry
I would have
Pug.
at least got one kill if it was this way.
I feel like you can't call yourself Angry Pug when you're constantly smiling. We're going to have you go back over to the couch.
All right.
Take your seat as we bring up your challenger. Where's our challenger? Come on up. Here he is.
Hello.
Come on over here. What's your name?
Ty.
Where are you from, Ty?
I'm from Wappa Valley. It's about an hour from here.
Do you think that you can beat Angry Pug's score of 0?
I figure I could at least tie it.
Are you good at this?
I played this week, and I actually took top 5, and one of them got 7 kills, so...
You hear that over there, Angry Pug?
He's over here thinking he's going to tie me. He's going to blow me away.
Wow. Oh, look at that. He's being supportive. Okay, so we are going to do our best to get you this hoodie right here. Looks like you might like this hoodie, I think. We're going to put 90 seconds on the clock. Go ahead and get into the game and tell me when you're ready, and then I will tell you to go.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Ty. You only have to get 1 kill here to get the hoodie. How are you feeling over there, Angry Pug? How's he doing?
He's doing pretty good.
So you said you're going to get a pug pretty soon? Uh-oh.
I am. Ow! All right.
What will you name it?
I'm going to name him Mr. Tum Tums.
Oh, that's cute. Mr. Tum Tums. Not Happy.
No.
That would
People
be cool.
wanted me to name him Angry, but I'm
Wouldn't
like,
it be cool if you named him Happy and then you were Angry Pug and he was Happy Pug?
Yes.
My pug's name is Jersey. She's happy all the time. Ty, how's it going?
Good. Oh, that was close. That was close. 35 seconds.
35 seconds left.
You got this. Come on.
30 seconds. Crowd, he needs your help.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Cheer for him, crowd. Oh.
Oh, we got it!
He got it!
He got it! The train.
So you already win. Everything else is just a bonus. I love that you're cheering him on. You want him to win. This is great.
Of course, sportsmanship.
Yeah, it is good sportsmanship. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! You won, Ty. Congratulations. You have a real big smile on your face. How'd that feel?
It felt great.
How does it feel performing in front of a crowd like this?
It feels awesome. It's a nice crowd. Really champed me on.
Yeah, they were cheering you on when you got that kill. All right, so here's the prize for you. This awesome sweatshirt right there. It's pretty cool. Go Cloud9. You can wear that around. Thank you so much for participating. I'm so happy that you won. And if you are unable to attend in person out there watching us, but you still want to get your hands on some of that awesome gear that Ty just won, make sure to check out our online store at the link on your screen right here. And that will do it for the H1Z1 Pro League halftime show. Don't go anywhere, though. We've got more nonstop action coming up. The second round of week 3 of the H1Z1 Pro League is back right after this.
Caesar, politician, ruler, man. His is a world of opulence, indulgence, and excess. So for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
Hey guys, what's up? On and off from Set to Destroy at the H1Z1 Pro League. I'm here to show you some tips and tricks. The most important thing with H1Z1 is clearly safety. You have to figure out your angles and understand really what you're working with, right? Throughout the game, you're going to see all kinds of different objects, different heights and sizes. A lot of these, you're good to hide behind right here when you're not moving, but when you're moving, your head's exposed. So being conscious of what you're using to hide from is key. Another thing we got is these fences. You're going to find these throughout residential, everywhere. You can actually abuse the third person and look around, you know, check, all right, we're good here, we're good there. That door's not open, so somebody's probably not inside, but you're still not sure. You see, right through that window, you saw that back door was closed. Most likely no one's in there. It's these little tiny things that once you learn to spot, you can assess and move quicker and become a better player. Really important, you're gonna wanna have helmets. These things are gonna be a lifesaver. If you don't have a helmet on, you're getting one shot in the head, end game. You don't want that. So I like to bring 2 to 3 extra helmets, a couple scrap, bring a helmet, safety first. So we're looking for some fights right now. I found a fight. See, you can see there, I lost my helmet right away, and I didn't put my helmet back on, leaving me vulnerable to an instant death. And he hit his shot. So I died. You always want to have them helmets on. You're going to want to be tough about it when you first start playing, because you're going to die a lot. But that's why we have combat zones, so you can kind of continuously play and play and play. When I started playing this game, you had to play a normal match, wait, die. Now you guys are gifted combat zone, which increases your rate of your success to being a royalty player. It's a dream. All right, guys, that's been it for tips and tricks with On Off from Set to Destroy. I'll be out here playing at the H1Z1 Pro League in Vegas. I would love to see you guys come out. It's a blast. The venue's beautiful. Me and my boys, the Set to Destroy Destroyers, are going to be out there doing our thing. You know, check us out. Hit me up on Twitter, all that stuff. SCDX On Off. See you, boys.
we wanted to take a moment to thank our partners at Caesars Entertainment for providing this beautiful aerial coverage tonight. You gotta love that Las Vegas skyline, and we now welcome you back inside to our live coverage of Week 3 of the H1Z1 Pro League. Yeah, get excited. My name is Rich Campbell, and I am lucky enough to be next to this handsome devil, Jason Supersonic Burns. And look at this leaderboard. Absolutely insane to see Set to Destroy X once again. Pure aggression, putting them at top.
Yeah, they're adapting. We keep talking about the meta. They adapted very well. They played a slow circle really aggressively still, netted a lot of elimination points, and then was able to jump up off of that modifier and still take over first place in that match without actually taking down the first place survival position.
This is kind of what we saw from them last week as well, too. I mean, they just come out guns a-blazing, and then they're kind of able to piece together wins regardless of what their multiplier is. This time, obviously, they do have a decent little chunk there, but we've seen them sometimes before not even get a multiplier and still accrue a lot of points.
Yeah, definitely. It's had a huge impact on it, and they can't get any of those kills or eliminations done without the rigs they're playing on. We have to give a huge shout out to Republic of Gamers, the official hardware sponsor of the H1Z1 Pro League, supplying us with some of the top rigs you can get your hands on.
You need a computer to be good. That is a fact.
That is step one. Computer would be step one in the process of getting good at H1Z1.
So thank you to our official hardware sponsor one more time, but we want to make sure that you guys at home are getting some swag as well. We got plenty of swag distributed amongst this stage thanks to our sponsors, but you guys at home have a chance as well, whether it be on Twitter or Facebook. First, let's talk how they can actually sign up for all of this on Twitter.
Yeah, so on Twitter, we want to see some pictures of your guys' in-game skin setup. What does it look like? What are you guys rocking in the game? Send us in the screenshots. We want to see what you're doing. At H1Z1 Pro League, hashtag H1Z1 Pro Contest. Send them on over to us. Heck, tag me and Rich, too. We want to see them.
I actually, during halftime, went and checked, and we got some pretty interesting submissions already. Thank you, guys. But right now, let's talk about how they can win in Facebook as well. If you're watching in Facebook, in chat right now, you can try to get some codes for in-game skins. But that about does it. We got our housekeeping out of the way. We're ready to start talking about these players who are about to jump back in. Benny Boy, we talked about everything that he had to overcome to even be in the H1Z1 Pro League. And then after that, he puts on a show for us. He's able to get 4 of those eliminations in one map in the warehouse, going on an absolute tear, and then ultimately ends up with 5 eliminations in week 2.
Yeah, he came in really big. That first game was insane after that first opening push that they did. He was an absolute surgeon with the shotgun inside that warehouse, just cutting down player after player, and his team coming in and getting the ones that he couldn't find.
And we'll have to see if they're able to do it as well in this next one. But Blood Inferno on your screen right now. Very, very impressive. Very impressive in week 2. 4 eliminations, but also these 4 assists. And Jason, we started to talk about how crucial these assists really can be.
Assists, I think, are just as big as an elimination. I think that the assist game is more important. Ability to get your team all on target and shooting the right direction is huge in any shooting game where it's a team-oriented sport. That's the main point. I don't care who eliminates the player at the end of the day. It's the fact that your team netted the kill.
The question is, though, are they going to be able to bounce back? Yes, we saw them able to get that laser focus, get everybody on their team on the same target, but they're not able to grab a kill here in week 3 in our first round. We got one more round tonight, and our players, they're going to select where they drop right now.
Yeah, so we went over this heat map a little bit earlier, but for the people just tuning in, this is basically what the players are looking at in-game to decide what part of the map they are going to start on. You can see the colors on the map change. That's indicating that players are either changing to that location or another team has selected that same location. And the darker it is, the more teams that are dropping in on that point. Those are definitely places to watch out as hot zones that we might end up seeing occur in this next match.
All right, Vegas, make a little noise for me because we are ready to send these players down to the map in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and they are dropping down, Jason. We saw where they selected. We're going to see this distribution, and we are jumping straight on with Benny Boy, and he's looking like a G.
Yeah, so we're going to see that skin set up from Set to Destroy. We talked about it earlier. You can get the packs of whatever team you want to support. Heck, if you want to support them all, $249.99, and you can get every single team. Plus, we're going to throw in a bonus H1 Pro League Off-Roader. That's actually my favorite car skin in the game right now.
I really like how you did that. $249.99.
$249.99. It is under $250.
Good job. So one of the things, if you can't decide like me, just go ahead and buy absolutely everything, and then you can switch it up as the day dictates. Like
he's not kidding. It's a problem. He buys everything.
I have a problem. If anybody has a couch that I could sleep on, let me know. But as you can see right now, they are going to be roaming around the map, just grabbing as much loot as they can. The crowd getting loud for Douglas Raw, even in light of that double-jointed, scary
double-jointed elbow. Oh man. Yeah, that was he did it again when he walked on stage, right? He looked right at you and did it.
He screamed at me and he goes, "Yo, Rich," and then he just breaks his arm in front of me. Now we're on board with Kyrie as he roams around the map. And last time we saw a much slower pace game than we really did see in the previous weeks of the H1Z1 Pro League with this current scoring system, right? We talk about it quite a bit. The scoring system has made stuff quite quick. It has made it a lot faster. It's going to emphasize aggression. But every single safe zone is going to have a huge impact on how these players play. That's why consistency is going to be key here over the next coming weeks. Every single Wednesday at 7 o'clock on that West Coast time, Pacific time. Same time, same place on Facebook. You're going to be able to see which team truly is the most consistent. But that means that the safe zone this time around is going to be that important.
Yeah, Echo Fox is going to be one of those teams to definitely keep an eye on that needs to come up a little bit. And again, like you said, we can definitely check out all the matches here, 7 p.m. every week on Wednesdays. It's up on the screen for you guys. Pre-show kicking off at 7 p.m. Round 1 kicks off at 7:15. And then based on the halftime show and game number 1's end time, the second round's to be determined, but it's definitely coming.
Time is a fickle beast. That's what that is. On board with Crank as he gets inside a vehicle. So we're going to actually see, last time, obviously these teams trying to get as many vehicles as they can, right? Every team wants to get their own little caravan set up. Early on in game number 1 of this week, we saw Magnums getting broken out, trying to chew up vehicles. We actually saw some teams just getting pretty much stranded without a vehicle. We'll have to see if we see that again. And finally, Obey, they had an awful position last game. This time they're going to be set up relatively well.
So this is something to pay attention to. We talked about this. Rogue has done this setup before for this safe zone, but they were a little spread out. This is really opening them up to being able to get pinched right now. If a team comes across you, we see Noble coming up on Rogue right now. They could really decide that they only see 2 and 5-man hop on 2, and you've got a 5v2 to net yourselves some early points. So it's a rough spot. I don't like that initial spread in that area personally.
Wee-oo. Honestly, though, that is just an engagement waiting to happen.
Yeah.
You need to keep your eye on that, and we will be as well. As you can see right now, trying to rotate on over to that safe zone. And we talked about the fact that, yes, everything slowed down because of the last safe zone. What does this safe zone telegraph to you? What do you think these players are? How do you think they're going to play this one besides just trying to get in the center?
You've got a little bit of a lake in the center, which is going to make it a little rough to get there. I definitely see some teams that are going to come into IT or the H1Z1. There's a couple different names for it, but there's a little bit of a housing complex there. Definitely expect some teams to be in there, which adds a lot of cover. That's actually a lot of buildings. Probably 2 to 3 teams can fit in that area. But you can see Rogue making that rotation. They're going to actually probably rotate out really far to that west side. I'm cheating a little. You guys can't see it at home. I can see the map at all times. So
this could be huge for them.
This could be really big for them. We'll see what comes out of that. He's going to go ahead and hop in, and you can see that go off. So all other teams are now aware that there is somebody there. They are on it. So he's going to go ahead and grab and go. Stormin going to net themselves that. So he now needs to get met up with the rest of the team, though. The team needs to group up, and they are separated. And as people try to get to the middle of the safe zone, there's going to be a wall of teams. Right now, they're getting split by Cloud9, actually. I believe Cloud9 was right next to them, so we'll see if that ends up getting becoming an engagement here in a moment or two.
I mean, being isolated like that, they could just be torn apart like stray gazelles left from the herd when a lion's on the hunt. I mean, that's honestly what could happen there. Was that a good... Do you think people at home will get that one?
Yeah, it was perfect. There's no way they couldn't understand what you were talking about there.
Gazelles. They're stranded gazelles right now. I mean, honestly, though, they need to make a trek back to each other. They're separated right now by Salty Tear Lake. Will that investment, though, by actually going over, trying to get that early loot, will that be enough? If they can get together, I think the answer is yes. I think it will definitely pay off if they can all converge on each other, hold a good position, and wait for people to try to breach. They use those power items that they actually were able to grab, and they just chop people up. Let's see if that's what they're able to do. But back on board with Reptar, we told you about this guy a little bit earlier on in the day. Big performer for his team last week. Will he be able to do it again? Candyman going to get a little bit of damage into him right here. It looks like he's going to be hanging out at about 80% into that police car. Doesn't want to overcommit to one of these early game engagements. But once again, I feel like we really have seen the meta slow down just a tiny bit here. No early game gunfights, waiting for everything to kind of collapse in. Not even playing that war of attrition as of yet, Jason.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet today. The matches have definitely slowed down a little bit, and I don't know if that's the circle dictating that, or if it's just teams respecting the fact that everybody wants to fight and not wanting to get eliminated early. We definitely saw the fight start opening up a lot once we hit that 10-team left alive spot. So definitely a spot or something to watch out for and see if maybe it picks up after the first 5 teams get eliminated.
Beautiful precision was coming in there from Crossover. We got to talk to him a little bit earlier on, talking about just how much this league means to him. Obviously still active in the military, doing this as well, flying back week after week, still engaged in this gunfight. What will he be able to pull off today? That team just having such a large order, such a tall order to really fulfill today after entering with 0 points. They've already started on that path, though. Now taking a look at LG, a team that managed to go on that path a little bit earlier. They're able to pick things up in week number 2. How will this ring fare for them in our final round of the day?
Not sure. We're definitely going to have to hang out and find out as this match progresses. And we can see that Rhino is still in an engagement here. So Tempo Storm not really able to get completely out. They've got a couple teams around them. A little bit of a hard area to get out of without driving into another team, as these teams have already started kind of dictating where they're going to be. They've set up shop. They're not going to move until this gas circle closes in and we get the next one announced. So they're kind of stuck in the rock and a hard place scenario.
I'm very curious if we actually see this round go down in a similar fashion to the last round. Last round was so exciting. Absolutely lights out crazy, some of the things that we saw come out there, and it was one of those situations where all of a sudden all the kills just happening in this short burst. It felt very old, very similar to the old meta, and now we can see already
a little more aggressive than the old meta, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. But it was the quick concession felt very similar, you know, which was interesting to see, and a lot of love coming out for Alliance tonight in Vegas. We already see, though, that these players kind of grouped up in a very, very close quarters, even closer than they need to be in this safe zone.
Yeah, a couple shots going to come out from Howie as he's looking for shots onto Impact. Kind of dinking up the car there of Blank, eating into it a bit. He looks like he might want to try and pursue a little bit here. That, or he's decided that the area they were leaving is the spot that he wants. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and drive out to scout for the team.
He's going to do just that. Still very close to his squad. Looks like he's going to rotate back on over for them. They're going to go for an all-out assault when they do go for one. But you can see in that top right portion of your screen, that is one of the most aggressive teams that we've seen in this league. And now when we jump onto them, of course, their fingers are on the trigger. They got sights on LG. They got sights on Gangstars. And maybe right now just trying to decide, okay, when are we going to run in and just start to throw some punches?
I love the sunglasses on Ana tonight. Just as cool as can be. Throw on the shades, play it up a little bit, but Set to Destroy, definitely one of those aggressive teams, and he's just hanging out. One of the lower heart rates, actually. He seems pretty calm.
It's kind of dark in here, though.
Yeah, right?
That's definitely an interesting strategy.
We'll see if it works out. They won the last match,
yeah,
so it did something right.
It seems to be working. Now we do see Obey Alliance chew up a bullet or two into that car, and you can see a little bit of smoke kicking off the back of it right now. Once again, Crossover going to be our player in our POV, and his heart rate anything but calm right now, and I think a large portion of that is because of how much he does have to prove.
Yeah, it's definitely a big spot. They need to step up. They need to get some more points on the game, on the board. They did net some in the last match.
This could be the
but
first
nobody's netted one yet. So this round's going a little bit slower. Somebody needs to be that catalyst to kind of set things in motion, and we'll see who ends up being the first team. Maybe Obey Alliance is the one.
If a player ultimately doesn't become the catalyst, pretty soon the gas will, as it is advancing. But like you said, every single player up, all 15 of our teams. Who's going to be the first one to fall? CTSM just taking a look around, trying to see who is hanging out in the wings. Who will be the first to engage? We can see just everybody kind of holding their ground right now. And these shots here, it's like, okay, maybe I eat into the vehicle. Maybe I just go, hey, instead of trying to be sneaky, this is where I'm at. Don't step two unless you want a gunfight.
It's a little bit of all of that, right? It is, I am here, this is my spot. Don't come in unless you're looking to do a crazy play. You're going to have to trade some players with us, but it's also just slowly eating away at their resources. It's eating away at the vehicle, putting a little damage into it. Maybe you catch a helmet or an armor and you get that off of them. Anything you can take from them, even if you hit just the body, they're having to use some of their healing, and eventually you start to run out of those things. So regardless, putting the shots out I don't think is ever a bad thing unless a team is already right on top of you and you're trying to do that sneaky, cheeky style play. I think it's worth putting the shot out every time and taking a chance.
Hey, if you're not going for these gunfights, the war of attrition becomes more important because of the late game. You know, if you pull a helmet, if you actually pull a body armor off, then all of a sudden, what are they going to do? Now, it's actually
Rogue
once again going to be Rogue.
Yeah, Rogue going for another one here. So Husker's going to go ahead and loot this one up. You can see that he's taking out one of the body armors, throwing it on the ground for a teammate to pick it up. He's grabbed the other one. He's going to run inside, I believe, as the bomb plane comes through. It's not going to be over this airdrop. There's multiple airdrops that drop at the same time, and it only does the bomb plane over one of them. So they luckily did not get bombed at this one. They're going to go ahead and get the second airdrop of the match.
And they're going to have that mobile storage unit as well, just throwing everything on in the trunk there of that car. And this could be huge for them. You talk about that war of attrition. A lot of the times we talk about what players can actually take away from other teams. Here, it's just going to be pure loot. Now, potentially one of our first big gunfights, going to be using the Magnum right now, is Gabesmon. We talk about how efficient it really is at eating up vehicles. How much damage will Gabesmon be able to do? Now he moves back on over to his car, and you can still hear those planes overhead. But ultimately, no one's really biting yet. We have to emphasize just how important that war of attrition really is going to be now as we start to move in to this ring. Gas advancing in just 3 short seconds here.
Yeah, I'm starting to put my money on the bombs as being the first one to get a kill. None of these guys are quite ready to start getting these elims. None of them want to put themselves out there yet. So this is definitely a little bit slower than what we saw in week 2, which just ends up making the mid and late game that much faster.
Part of it is definitely going to be the ring. Oh, here we go.
Shurima looking for it, so Noble going to come in really aggressive onto Alliance. They end up getting that helmet, and it looks like they are ready to be that Catalyst team. They are starting to chase them down. Kolji out here in the open, going to lose the helmet, but he's going to turn. MP going to turn, take down Shurima, so Shurima gets punished as he comes in to try and get the kill onto Kolji.
It's just a turn and a 2-tap, and they're looking for more. You step 2. Can you finish supper? The answer is no, but finally Noble able to trade out 2. Now Alliance going to have some weak members. Mountain just bleeding out here. A big shotgun kill going to come in as well. Mountain does fall down. Now, all of a sudden, Alliance and Noble just absolutely cannibalized each other. And this is one of the reasons that getting in the first gunfight may not work sometimes. Putting in some nice shots there, popping out, then going back into the car. Will he actually chase? Guys, we need to take one more look at that because that was an absolute frenzy. 2 teams putting each other on their last legs.
Yeah, we're going to see this shot come out from Shurima, but it instantly gets turned as MP and Kolji both connect on the helmet at the same time and instantly put him down. And Noble did lose another player there during that replay, so they are down to 1 player left alive. We still have all 15 teams up, but a couple of them are in a really rough shape. Gabesmon and Psykaz, last 2 left alive, and
we got to just take another look at Psykaz here, Jason. Just absolutely insane. And like you said, now Noble and Alliance are going to just find themselves completely on their last leg. If we assume that one of them's going to fall, and look, they're in a fight with each other right now. We see a few more kills coming in, and it is going to be Obey Alliance, a team that was struggling to get kills. Now they're definitely starting to find their momentum here. Gabesmon going for these long-range shots, getting into the police car, needs to get out of dodge, and you can see not the best car to be jumping into. Crank going to be able to trade out onto Obey Alliance, and just like that, we are going to have our first team out of it.
It's actually Gangstars. It's not even Obey Alliance or Noble.
really insane to see. That is going to be a new feature here on our scoreboard. You can see that just that read out name on that bottom right portion of your screen. That means that that team has been fully eliminated from the tournament now. Psykaz going to be inside of the gas, trying to heal himself up. Has a big burden on himself at this point. Obviously, his team is able to get 3 kills. Do they try to extend for the modifier? Does he look for more kills? Does he take himself out of elimination to not eliminate the point? At this point, I think he still wants to get... He wants to be cheeky and then be aggressive, and then depending on who is left standing, that's when maybe he makes the decision about running into the gas and just ending it there. But now our ring going to get just a little bit tighter here, Jason. Yeah, it's going to close in. Nobody really in the dead center, and this is where you start trying to play the outside of the circle and control the circle a little bit. One of the things to talk about, too, Alliance going to finally go down. They're going to be the 3rd team eliminated. One of the things to talk about, though, on Gangstars before they went down, they were actually sitting in 8th place with 33 points. So an early out might drop them to the bottom half of the current leaderboard overall. And that's the thing. You can't slip up when the bubble is the way that this bubble is. I mean, we talked about 2nd to 12th place. It was like, what, 9 points separating all of these squads? So now ultimately we are in a situation where this is going to be a big swing week, and Prodigy Aces trying to do just that. Lets out a couple of shots into the vehicle, set to destroy X this time, playing a lot differently. Not playing nearly as aggressive as they typically do, but now in our destruction derby, Prodigy Aces needs to run through. Stop a little, jumps out, looks for the fight. Prodigy Aces, though, just starts cleaning them up, and all of a sudden, this is a feeding frenzy. He loses 1 player, but he ends up trading out and picking up a ton of kills there, taking out the majority of C9. Imperial Hal, we can see out ahead. Prodigy Aces now trying to get him lined up, trying to find him with those grenades. It's going to be a little bit far for that throwing arm, though. Benny Boy just needs to heal himself up right now. That's the biggest thing. If they get out of this with Benny Boy still intact and they only lose Stop a Little, that would be crazy. Cloud9 only going to have Imperial Hal left up. Let's see how Imperial Aces was actually able to get us into this situation in an instant replay. But just like that, while we're staying on live with the live feed, we just see somebody go down to that frag. Yeah, we're going to see these shots come out from Prodigy as he just starts eating up C9. C9 did hop and ended up taking out Stomp a Little. Prodigy Aces, though, going to make them pay for taking down his boy. Stomp a Little, though, he does his damage, right? And he really does grab most of the attention, and that is how Prodigy Aces is able to just kind of continue shooting in. He basically grabs the aggro from this team, but we do not have enough room for our 45 players now. And it is getting very sketchy. Epsilon has yet to score a point. They were our leader going into today, but they have a relatively healthy team here again, but a little bit of deja vu. Balin's going to be down again. That is what we saw earlier. And when we entered, coming into week 1, he was incredibly important. That helmet going to be knocked off. Melander's able to put it back on. Pineapple's in the wings, going to be able to take down Megs. What will Melander be able to do here? Will he be able to bully this squad with his boys in tow? And just like that, we are very close to hitting that modifier range. Epsilon is just going to be chewed up here. Are they going to be taken out before they even get in? And just like that, Epsilon does make it into the modifier, but they don't have it. They have 2 points right now. 1 player going to be left up. This is such a crazy week. Epsilon taken out. CLG going to be the ones that put Apex, Shay, and Epsilon in their place. And now we could have a new leader by the end of this match. Echo Fox, one of the teams looking to do it. They got 5. Obey Alliance, of course, does have 5, but they are out of contention at this point. Who is going to be able to grab that first place spot in week number 3 of our Pro League? Luminosity getting eaten up there. We're going to lose Sign. OG Triv elsewhere on that map in that CLG TSM battle. He's going to go down. We can see Kreenak now throwing down into the vehicle, and TSM now pushing up the mountain. Kreenak needs to turn back around, get eyes on them, or get out of there. It looks like he's going to put down some Molotovs and basically just hold them off from letting them push up the mountain on them. And it looks like they decided to rotate out of that. So they had the high ground. I think they had the better position, but they choose to rotate out of that. And now we're going to lose Moose on Tempo Storm to JP2, one of the players that we were talking about earlier, one of those support guys for Luminosity. All right, now we're going to see that little cheeky roll come in. Reptar still just pinned behind this tree. Going to pop out here, going to let out a few shots. Very cheeky peeks. Will it actually turn into a kill? One of the things is if he jumps into that fight and he manages to get a pinch, Vago is going to, you actually see Imperial Hall just drop down to the ground as Vago does go down. Now Imperial Hall still in this very disadvantage in this fight, but Huskers goes out. Huskers gets taken out by that nade. Riki is going to be able to clean up Imperial Hall. We've seen Riki and Zeki kind of hold on
for long periods of time before. We'll see if this is one of those matches where they can pull that off. Nightwalker gonna net himself a kill onto Zach from Tempo Storm. Tempo Storm down to just Reptar and Rhino left. We've seen Reptar come up big. He needs to get some healing though. He needs to get stabilized. He's really low, down to 6 health. Has a heal rolling, but if any damage comes in, he's gonna go down. Reptar and Rhino both eliminated by JP2.
We're very close to our top 5 here. The team that makes it into the top 5 will guarantee 1.5 multiplier. The 2x multiplier only goes to first place. Shell Shock goes down, but we still see the representation of 6 teams. Now it is going to be Flamehawker who jumps out for just a second here. Now on board with Jeesh. Jeesh has eye lines on just about everyone. He can spray and pray just a little bit when he does come out. Drop, going to be able to grab a 2-piece. He takes down Grimmy Bear. He's not done yet. Jeesh finally does fall, and Prox as well. Everybody standing on their last leg. All 6 of these teams. Nightwalker into the night, into the darkness of that smoke. Dive Fias from his team is going to go down, which puts Nightwalker just with one other member of his team. Will it be enough to get some damage done? Carta going to fall from TSM, Jason.
Yeah, CLG Green Knight gonna find Carta. Sweet Dreams now gonna get taken down by Chipsy. We are into the top 5 teams. Only 11 players up, so all of these teams missing players. I don't think we have a full team up. Set to Destroy, definitely the closest to that, being a full team. They got only 1 player down. Could see them pull this off. Benny Boy just barely hanging on there, and Drops is gonna come through with that shoddy that we've seen him use before. Takes down Nightwalker. JP2 finally gonna go down. Set to Destroy still coming in.
This is their opportunity to go crazy here. Set to Destroy X just 2 points from the lead as far as raw eliminations are concerned. If they stay on top, if they grab all of these eliminations, we could easily see one of the highest scoring matches that we've seen so far. They're going for that 2x multiplier, but it is going to be Riki who tilts the scale just a little bit. Now he's getting some onslaught here from LG, but he knows Set to Destroy X is who he wants to take down. But oh no, going to be able to put him into his place. Top 4 teams, LG amongst them right now, a team that struggled so much. Now Chipsy is their last hope here to just progress that much further on the leaderboard. Epsilon, the #1 team, has been out for quite some time. Will this be set to, I feel like this is Set to Destroy's day to just reign supreme. They looked so good in the first game. What will they do here? Zeke gonna put out a couple of shots. Our top 3 teams still gonna be up. Set to Destroy X is going to have 10 points. If they pull down first, that will be 20, which is what they got last time.
And Set to Destroy definitely set up here in the 3v1v1. So we've seen these situations before. If Zeke and Drop can start lining up some shots together, they might be able to get a couple of these guys down and turn it. And down goes Prodigy Aces. That is the main slayer for Set to Destroy. That is a rough player to lose in this late game situation. They definitely want that 2x multiplier. Doug now looking for a shot. He's gonna get the nade kill onto Drop. Drop gonna get eliminated. We're down to a 2v1. Zeke versus Set to Destroy.
This is worth so many points though as well. He really wants that modifier. Now it's going to be on odd, a little bit of a disadvantage, evened up just a little bit. Zeke is going to be against these 2 players. Shots coming in. Doug is raw, doesn't want to give up the point, and he is able to take down Zeke while protecting his teammate as well. And all of a sudden, this team is going to look like the team to beat. I think they're really, they might just... they just shot up on the leaderboard because Epsilon was just pretty much taken out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Set to Destroy X.
I mean, massive game. 24 points in that one. That means that they took down a total of 44 points today. That's massive.
If they're able to just get a few more kills there, it's the highest scoring game.
That's the biggest week so far.
This is the biggest week. They don't have the highest scoring map. The highest scoring map is still going to be 28. But look, this is actually, we talked
if you're averaging out over 20 points, you're averaging out at 22 points a match. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. This team's actually been like the most consistent in a lot of ways. Obviously, we saw Epsilon looking really good, and they kind of looked like the team to beat. They pull ahead from the pack just a little bit. They're up by 6 points when we actually get here at the beginning of week 3. Now, after the matches are done, you know, Set to Destroy X, it's their aggression that I feel like really is doing it for them, and they know when to put the brakes on it. Because we see that ring in round #1, they don't go just dashing at people. They know that they need to go a little bit slower. But guys, we're going to go to a quick break. When we return, we're going to break down all of the action that we saw in week 3.
Caesar, politician, ruler, Man, his is a world of opulence, indulgence, and excess. So for anyone seeking a place where the sun never sets on a good time, all this awaits.
I am Caesar, and I approve this palace.
Hello, my name is Adrian and I play for Cloud9. So transitioning from COD to H1Z1 was a huge change for me because I was used to a controller for years and years and years playing on that to going to a keyboard and mouse. I would say Rogue is going to be the toughest competition. They've been around for a very long time and they're very intimidating. This game is more fast-paced than every other game out there. It's about quick thinking, strategy, and like raw aim. And I'm double jointed. I'm not sure how much that helps me in the gaming world. I mean, I can do that and then pop all my fingers in like that. Is that a secret talent or what? Anything video game related, I just love. Coming to H1Z1 and being able to compete in this pro league, I didn't even imagine I could do that at all in the very beginning. Being able to be a pro now is pretty cool.
My name is Aladdin, and I play for Obey. The source of my name comes from a game called Breaking Point, and I used to go around singing A Whole New World to random people we'd encounter. A whole new world. I woke up like 10 minutes ago, man. Being here for the Pro League is just, I have no idea what to expect, honestly. I'm really excited. Which player am I most looking forward to eliminate from the game? Probably Sweet Dreams. It's an easy game to learn, but there is a curve compared to the other games, just being good at killing people. Do I have a secret talent? I'm actually a really good gymnast. Didn't you see me do a backflip on the camera for the Invitational? Like all on the TVs, all around the stage, like we're playing over and over and over again. Some of the obstacles, definitely the stigmatism behind not doing anything necessarily. People like think you're not doing anything, you're wasting your life. But you can be dedicated and you can become professional at this as well too. I can focus on just being myself in game and being better and getting better.
My name is Carta, and I play for TSM. It was quite the change to move from home to here. I lived in Minnesota, and living on my own with the team, and kind of taking a risk coming out here. My mom was definitely sad, definitely supportive though, like they knew that it was what I wanted to do. I used to golf until I started playing video games competitively. I'd have to describe the H1 community as like a really close-knit group. Everyone knows almost everybody, just because it's been around for so long, and a lot of the people that are part of that community, at least the competitive community, they've just been playing together forever, whether they're playing against each other or with each other. I think what makes TSM H1 so good is that we've just been together for so long. Everyone on this team has been playing together in some type of way, in scrims or competitively as a team at like an event for over like a year now, at least all 5 of us. And I think that chemistry just makes us a threat to be reckoned with. I think playing on Caesars, it's incredible, honestly. Like, you go from sitting on your desk at home playing video games to you're on this huge stage where you have people watching you from all over the world, and it's really surreal.
Welcome to the H1Z1 Pro League post-game show. We've just watched 15 teams put it all on the line for their chance at becoming H1Z1. And honestly, I think we may have just seen one of the most incredible days of play in the history of the Pro League. It's 3 weeks, so I'm not good at history or math, but we got to start figuring out math real quick, Jason.
Yeah, definitely a great way to dive back into matches this week as things just took off. Set to Destroy, obviously taking down that last match. 24 points, crushing out game number 1 as well. And the total standings absolutely shows Set to Destroy pulling way ahead. This is a huge lead. This is a massive difference from what we had seen. I mean, we had a 6-point spread between first and second going into today. What was it, 26? I think 26-point spread. That's huge.
Yeah, I look over at Douglas Ron. It's just like that moment of like, you know you did really well, but to do that well, we talked about, hey, look, a fulcrum shift could really happen today. Yeah. That's about as fulcrum-y as a fulcrum shift that you can have, and what a game that really was for them. My name is Rich Campbell, and I'm joined by Jason Burns here at the Caesars Entertainment in Las Vegas. And my goodness, let's just watch some of these moments that actually allowed Set to Destroy X to get to where they're at and these other teams to find their little place, their little home on the leaderboard.
Yeah, so Bay Alliance going to step up, get a few eliminations here. That was definitely something that they needed coming into the day. I believe they finished that match with 10. Then we're going to hop on board with Set to Destroy, who obviously crushed out 2 matches today. 44 points total for the day. Doing a great job there. On board with Shurima, where he steps out trying to chase down Alliance, getting really aggressive. Punished immediately for it.
Just absolutely punished, and that's kind of the thing. I think we're really starting to see this meta evolve here. Here's Psykaz just that's just
I don't like my car anymore. I need yours. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Very, very well done by him. Now on board with Crank. Oh, this was actually insane. Prodigy Aces runs right through, Stop a Little jumps out. He pretty much baits the rest of the team and lets Prodigy Aces just mop the floor with Cloud9 souls.
Yeah, Prodigy didn't seem too happy at the fact that they took down Stomp there. He definitely returned the favor and then some. Epsilon going to hold off the fight from Impact Gaming here for a bit, and eventually, though, they're going to get crushed out there. Impact Gaming getting eliminated as well on top of this mountain before CLG gets involved with Epsilon.
Not able to hold their lead is Epsilon, as you can see them going down right there. And Balin was a player who got eliminated really early in pretty much all of these matchups, and I start to think Balin, and when we actually got here after week 1, he was one of their top slayers. So
he definitely was. Losing that player is losing Balin's definitely a big one. It was definitely a magnificent continuation of a league that promises to bring action and excitement for this entire 10-week split. I mean, we've already had 3 amazing weeks, and the winners today, I mean, there's no denying it. I mean, they showed up, they have adjusted, and they crushed out 2 matches.
My whole question is, though, how much is this meta going to change? How heavily are we going to be weighing this aggression into the equation? We talked about them being very aggressive early on. We talked about Epsilon being this aggressive team. Right now, Set to Destroy X is just looking so consistent.
Yeah, I believe they did adjust really well. And standing by is Christine with the players, so maybe we can learn a little bit more. Christine?
I hope we're going to learn a little bit more. I have Rich and Doug from Set to Destroy with me here. You guys had 44 points tonight total, which brings you to 75 points overall. Where did this come from tonight?
Their practice was a little rough, but we just told each other at the beginning of the day, like, we're going to take first by the time this day's over. And that's what we did. We came out and we destroyed.
So you're not surprised by this at all? You knew this was going to happen tonight?
Yeah, funny stories. I woke up this morning, I saw one of my teammates Stomp a Little, and I told them, I don't know why, but I have this feeling we're going to do really good today. And it showed up.
So you knew this was going to happen. This is crazy. What was the difference, you think, from last week to this week?
Composure. We had a little bit of mess up last week. I mean, we still did really well, but compared to last week to this week, we kind of had almost a replay safe zone, and we just showed up this time. We played correctly. We kept our cars alive. When we called out, we listened to each other. That's all we need to do. You just need to kill whatever's called out.
In week 1, we called you guys the dark horse. Did you take that to heart?
I didn't. I'm new to this team, so I see why they would call it a dark horse, but I knew we would be consistent, and consistency wins championships.
It sure does. How do you think that you've changed your strategy from week to week?
Even from the beginning of this team, way back, like Fight for the Crown, we were always, stay alive, get kills later. But now that the meta's changed, like, we can all, like, show our true potential. Like, I know how to slay. We picked up Prod as a slayer and a caller. Everybody knows how to slay, like, in a certain way. So we just need to find out exactly how it's done, and we did tonight. We showed everybody that we know how to slay.
What happens now? Do you guys go celebrate this? Do you go practice some more?
Both. Celebrate and practice.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Practice and celebrate?
Easy.
Oh, is it? Oh, I don't even want to know how that's done, but good for you guys. Congratulations, and good luck next week. We'll see you in just another week.
Thank you.
We will now go back to our analysts, guys.
Man, that interview, heard it right from them. I mean, they showed up, they saw it coming, much like last week, right? Luminosity said that they were going to show up and slay out, and they showed up and slayed out. They woke up with it, though. They had the interview with themselves at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, so not only do you have to be good at H1 to be in the Pro League, you also need to be psychic, maybe. But
it doesn't hurt.
So if you're not psychic and you're playing at home, we now get to announce our winners from that Twitter contest. We were talking about it throughout the show, and the winner is going to be Whistles. And then that is absolutely beautifully drawn. Congratulations to Whistles. Enjoy the spoils of your victory. And also want to remind you guys, you can actually jump in on Facebook at any moment and try to actually grab those skins in Facebook as well. And don't forget, the contest for next week is a screenshot of your best outfit in game. Do you have a full matching Twin Galaxies loadout? That'll definitely score you some brownie points with the judges. Are you repping your favorite team's hoodie? Just show us. Get your entries in by tagging us at H1Z1 Pro League with the hashtag H1Z1 Pro Contest. Let me and Jason know as well. And if you're in our Facebook chat, once again, grab these exclusive Pro League hoodie codes while they are still there.
Yep. Get them while they're hot. Get in there. I mean, today was get them while they're hot. So today was nuts. I mean, in terms of action, I think that it was a little slow in the beginning of the matches today. I think that was dictated by the circles. Yeah. A little bit of maybe some people adjusting some more to the meta change and trying to slow it down a bit. But the actual mid and end of these games was the fastest I think we've ever seen.
I think that's a really big thing that we need to be thinking about. Like, how much is the ring going to be dictating things? How much is it going to be the meta just slightly changing week after week? But we have to think about a team like Obey, right? They're still in last place. They managed to heat up a little bit today. They actually do pull down some points. But do you think already after week 3, obviously we know this first split's going to be 10 weeks, and there's a second 10-week split as well. Do you think we can see a team maybe being in danger this early?
I don't think anybody's really in danger quite yet. I think it's still very early in the season. I think that it's still anybody's season to win. I mean, we've got a lot of weeks, a lot of games left ahead of us. So I still think it's anybody's game, but obviously Set to Destroy is set up and poised to take it all down.
Exactly, and we're going to get to find out a little bit later, but that is going to be it for us tonight. We are signing off. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page for more content all throughout the week, including exclusive interviews, behind-the-scenes segments, and so much more. On behalf of all of us here at the H1Z1 Pro League, have a great night, and we will see you next Wednesday.